Session 53, and we'll get to the map. Actually, let me bring some of you to the map that are there, and the rest of you will go to the cave. So I'll do it that way. So we'll activate the caves.
Penalty box.
True.
And then, can everybody see the caves?
Yep.
And for those of you that are not in the caves, I'm going to now pull you to the other map. So that will be Cyclonin, Darcy, and Conglomerate.
Yep.
Okay, so those three, can you see the shrine map now?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm in my kitchen.
All right, cool. All right, so before we get started, now Judge and Conglomerate, you've been not Conglomerate, Gizzard, you've been kind of protecting from the outside, but you've kind of come to realize that you haven't seen any creatures attacking or anything, or even coming nearby as all this has started happening. So, have you two decided what you're going to do?
Uh,
Let me unpause.
Not particularly.
Well, I did have kind of a rough idea, but
Okay. So what's your plan?
all right. Let's see. According to my notes here, there's only about 2 hours left on that first casting of Tiny Hut. I was going to say I could spend that time ritual casting Tiny Hut into 4 of my spell stones, leaving 1 fireball and 1 misty step left. I could then leave those stones with Tavros or Gizzard, whoever wants to stay.
So I said that last thing again. I couldn't hear you over the yelling.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, it would leave 1 fireball and 1 misty step, and I could leave those stones with either Gizzard or Tavros, whoever we thought would be best to stay.
Okay. So who would that be?
What'd you say?
Can you hear me?
You're just a little quiet. I can hear you better now, I think.
Okay. There's only about 2 hours left for this initial Tiny Hut. I could spend that time casting Tiny Hut into 4 of my spell stones. Ritual casting, so I don't have to burn the spell slots. And then leaving those along with 1 fireball and 1 misty step with Tavros or Gizzard, depending on if Gizzard decides to join me or not. And then I would have to eat 1 last meal in order to stave off starvation, because who knows how long it's going to take to wake up. Tie a rope around my waist so that Tavros could pull me out, and then I would enter the room to be able to help the others, because it's been way too long since they've fallen unconscious, and the
Okay.
idea was to go and help.
That all makes sense. So, Gizzard, are you going with him or are you staying behind?
Do you think I should go with you? Should I protect?
You're almost completely silent.
No, that was. Oh, it's Tyler. Tyler talking.
You're still also very quiet.
I'll go with them though.
Okay. All right, so you both go in. As the judges said, you know, you got ropes tied to you, so Tavros can pull you back. So when you cast the tiny hut, I'm assuming you're going to cast it where the door is, so that when Tavros pulls you in, you're in the hut.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. It's not on the map, so we'll leave it as it is for now there. And so as you get pulled in, for both of you, you get pulled in and things go black. I'll go ahead and tell you the meta since it's already happened another time with Conglomerate. You'll basically enter on the next day, the next morning.
Okie dokie.
All right. So actually, no, we'll do it on the setup the next morning. I'll go ahead and give you controls to the token then. All right. So meanwhile, going back inside, it is nearing lunchtime. When we left, it was nearing lunchtime, and you had prepared the meal, and you were kind of pulling everything out, and getting the plates ready and everything else. And was there anything you guys wanted to do before lunch actually starts?
Is there even time for that? I thought we were right on the verge of it.
It was like 20 minutes. You were all setting up for lunch, but technically there's 20 minutes. So is there anything you wanted to do in that 20 minutes, or are we just going to forward to lunch?
I don't think I have anything to do. Just find
Yeah,
out
I think you're
preparations.
gonna, since you're the cook, everybody expects you to be busy with that. So I don't think you can do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, no.
Technically, Malinalpin and Kook though could go off and still do stuff for 20 minutes if they want.
Sure.
Now that I think about it, I remember there was that one geezer guy or whatever. Where is he? I'm gonna go see if he's out here.
All right, who are you looking for?
The guy who wanted to talk to me later. This is about the time when that happened the first time.
Oh, yes, I forgot to move them out. Let me set that up. So you are correct. So yeah, they'd come out because it's getting close to lunch, and people in general are kind of, moving in toward the dining area, kind of getting ready to move in, at lunchtime. And Noxie, once he sees you come out of the kitchen, he approaches you, and the other guy's kind of back further. He approaches you and he kind of gestures towards you. So what do you do?
I go ahead and step up to him.
And he kind of looks around and he whispers a bit and he says, "So, how are you adjusting to things, Malinalpin?"
And I am getting there, perhaps not as quickly as I'd like to, but that is a failing of my own, not of anyone else. It's been quite the surreal experience.
Yeah, I see. You've been doing well as an apprentice. And I'm sure you've been getting along with everyone else?
For the most part. Of course, people are still people, and, not everyone has got a perfectly compatible personality, but, one must make do.
Of course. I do have another matter I wish to speak to you about in private. If you have time after lunch, if you could come up to my chambers. It's nothing too important, but there's something I wish to discuss.
Of course, I would be honored.
Thank you very much. I have heard you've been helping with the meal today, so please don't let me get in your way.
Oh, it is all just about ready, and I certainly cannot claim all the credit. So I was going to relax for just a brief amount of time before lunch started.
He nods. And then at that point, he says, "If you excuse me," and he goes and talks to the other elderly gentleman.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and come back out to the quarters, and I'm gonna come up to my room, sit here for a couple minutes, just listening to see if I hear anything.
Listening from your room to see if you hear anybody in in the halls or in the other rooms.
Yeah, more specifically the halls, but yeah, if I hear any activity, that's gonna,
Okay. So how long are you gonna stay?
let's give it about 3 minutes, just to start with. I don't. Actually, do I remember what what Noxie did after he talked to me the previous time?
He stayed around for lunch and then went back to his chamber. Or you think he went back to his chamber. Actually, you wouldn't know that because lunch never finished. Never mind. But yeah, he was there at lunch.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance. I'm gonna check this door.
Okay. It is it's a bit sturdier than the other doors. In fact, I should do that. It's a bit sturdier than the other doors. And it does have a lock on it, and it does appear to be locked. You can, as you're looking at it, it looks slightly more ornate than the other doors as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably something I can't do anything with, at least not with an herbalism kit. Jeez.
Not that you would have these tools in here if you had them on your person in reality anyway.
Well, yeah, I would have to look into improvising something, but not even worth doing if one doesn't have the ability to
Fair enough.
do that at all. Well, this is going to be hard. How's the gap under the door?
Maybe half an inch to an inch.
All right, good enough if this works. I'm gonna try and wild shape into a spider.
Okay, go ahead and give me a wisdom check. You focus, and there's something that seems to be blocking your power, but you manage to break free and turn into a spider.
All right, in that case, I'm crawling under the door.
All right. You have now crawled under the door. You see a larger room. It's still obviously sleeping quarters. You can see there's 2 dressers, 2 beds further apart, multiple lanterns, and 3 dressers. So it's definitely larger and a little bit more ornate, but still very similar to your own sleeping chamber.
All right, let's start with. I'll look under the beds first.
Okay, you look under the bed, and other than a few pieces of cloth and some dirt, you don't really see anything worthwhile.
Okay, gonna check over here.
Under that bed, you see it looks like something shiny underneath the bed. Otherwise, it's the same. It's too far. It's you'd kind of have to reach out and grab it. It's too far away to really make out what it is.
Well, I'm gonna go under there and look around at it.
All right, you pull it. It's something metallic, and as you get a better look at it, it's a gold ring with a small ruby in the inset in the head, and it has on the band itself, it's got the a crescent moon etched into it.
Okay, one with ruby and crescent ring. Okay, with that out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can work my way into the dressers.
Okay. This dresser is you can get into. This dresser you can get into. This dresser, actually has locks on the doors. All right, so you start digging through. You're finding clothes and whatnot. You're going to give me a perception or investigation to see what else you find. Meanwhile, Darcy, what are you doing during that 20 minutes?
What's Darcy doing?
Are you here, Natalie, or maybe you're muted? I saw some activity. Alright, well, she might be away or something, so we'll go ahead and go back and continue following the adventures of Mel and Alpin until she's back. Alright, so what did you get? A 23. So with your 23, you do find some scrolls kind of buried beneath the clothing. The scrolls do appear to be they were actually in scroll cases, so they're not crushed. And the scroll cases are
Well, in that case, all I find are scroll cases.
Say that again?
Wouldn't that mean I only find scroll cases?
Yeah, you find scroll cases. As you shake them, there's obviously scrolls inside.
No, I'm not shaking them. I'm still a spider, so...
Oh, okay. Got it. So you find scroll cases.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, did I hear Natalie?
Scroll cases.
Yep.
All right, Natalie, while Mal and Alpin is off investigating on his own, what are you doing for the 20 minutes you're waiting for lunch? If anything.
Is everyone kind of just gathering towards the eating hall?
Yeah, basically. You see quite a number of people here. You don't see everybody yet, though. You don't see Xanae, for example, and there's a few others missing, but most everybody else is kind of gathering this direction.
Is Zenahe my roommate?
Yes.
I'm gonna go check on her.
All right.
And also make sure she hasn't messed with my hammer and nails.
Fair enough.
Meow. Oh, there's probably a faster way. Oh well.
Yeah, you could have gone the other direction. That's fine.
Too late.
People see you going, they're probably assuming you're going to use the ladies' room.
They can make all the assumptions they want.
But, yeah, go ahead and move forward. You realize this door leads you into that main room.
Yeah, I know. It was too late, though. I took the long way around.
Fair enough.
To put people off, just in case I'm being followed.
Okay.
It was all part of the plan, totally, definitely, and not a mistake at all.
All right. As you get to your door, you can hear singing from the other side.
Time to be a snoop. What they singing about?
Something about the phases of the moon, and but something you hear that's odd is you hear singing about the ocean, the memory of the ocean that no longer exists.
The memory of the ocean and what?
The memory of the ocean that no longer exists.
Ah. I'm gonna wait for her to reveal any more little lore secrets before I barge on in.
Sure. Let me go ahead and remind myself of something real quick. Yep. So, and during her singing, she sings about Aetheros, the god of the passage, god of passage, and in her song she mentions Ermanig, and she mentions the water, that the memory of the water, and the boat that sails upon it. Well, that's about all she get out of her.
Food's here.
Okay, I will be back in a few minutes. I have to go grab food for Brenda. Be right back. And mute myself. There we go.
Do you guys think that the pig I'm making is actually gonna taste good, or do you think I'm gonna accidentally reset the day by making it terribly?
It'll be even better than last time. Although, what if canonically it was supposed to be terrible, and you messed it up by cooking it well?
Yeah, and I mess it up by doing too well. That would be really funny.
You gotta slip a little epicac into the
Oh God.
basting.
Yeah, that'll be good. I should definitely do that. All right. You guys have any plans to get into that secret, super secret, forbidden room?
We never got to go in it. We just know we weren't allowed. That's the plan now, is to either wait for everyone to eat at lunch and then we go scurry off into it, or if we can't do it then, maybe do it when everyone's asleep.
Gotcha. It's not a bad plan.
Oh yeah.
How did Cyclonin turn into old spider self? I mean, could he, as a little tiny spider, just kind of slip past and crawl into the door?
Yep, that would be best if he did that, because be much harder for anyone to detect him versus if one of us tried to sneak and someone down there or what have you saw us, and there we go, another hard reset. We had to play through again.
Alright, so Darcy, you're at the door. You are listening into the song. It seems to be repeating and you're not getting anything new, so what do you do?
Gonna bust on in there. Bloop.
Okay, you open up the door and Zane looks up at you. In fact, let me go ahead and update her token so you can see her name, since you know her by now.
Yep.
Hover by anyone. There you go. So now you can hover over her, and now you can recognize her in a crowd.
While you're hovering around her.
All right. So anyway, you enter the room, and she looks up at you and says, "Oh, I thought you were busy. You seem to be spending time in the kitchens, I believe."
I was. I had to make sure things would turn out well.
Well, that was very nice of you. I don't remember you helping with the cooking before, but, well, things change, I suppose.
They do. By the way, it will be ready soon. So, are you eating or no?
Yeah, I'll be there, at least for a little while. I don't think I can sit through all the hour-long conversation. I just probably get my food, eat a little bit, and go back.
Understandable. I might do the same. Well, just seeing if you were feeling good enough to eat, and if you were going to join.
Well, yeah, I'm fine. What about you? Are you feeling good enough to eat?
It depends on how it turns out. If it's not as expected, I might pass up and maybe eat only vegetable or fruit.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, you can stay here and relax or do what you want. I'll be there in about 10 minutes.
I'm gonna do a quick sneak peek, just a glance back at my secret jar contents. Are they still there?
Yeah, it hasn't been touched.
Great. Perfect. I will see you in the main hall then. Whomp. Clack. Alright.
Alright, do you do
I
anything
still
else
have
before
my
lunch?
hammer.
Alright.
What?
Do you do anything else before lunch, or are you just gonna wait?
Well. Everyone's still hanging out there.
Yeah.
I'll wait over here
In fact, you see a new
for them
person
to
show
go
up.
away. Do I know this person?
You've seen him around.
Hey, where did the angry, I'm assuming, like, suitor or whatever of my roommate run off to? Is he out and about, or did he just run off?
You haven't seen him.
Okay, he's sulking somewhere.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, finally. My view stopped being able to scroll around. Alright, so, Malin Alpin, you've gone through the drawers. You've found 3 scroll cases, which are latched, so you don't have a way of opening them. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and check the other unlocked dresser.
Okay, so more clothes, more ceremonial garb pieces, and stuff like that. Go ahead and give me a perception or investigation. Okay, so inside you find another scroll case. This one is kind of as painted red.
Interesting. And no other markings?
No. Actually, yes, there is. There's a crescent moon on the scroll case.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the lock dresser, see if I can squeeze in between the door somewhere.
Alright, you try to squeeze through. Go ahead and give me a, what would that be? A dex? I gotta go see what Brenda wants in a minute, but go ahead and give me an acrobatics check as the spider, and I'll be right back.
Not a terrible roll.
Nope.
Let's see how the spider shimmy goes.
Yeah, a little dance.
The spider shimmy.
Did it take some sort of ability check for you to be able to do your wild shape, or was that only for casting spells?
Yeah, I had to do it. It's the very first roll of the session.
All right, so it looks like you got a 17 on your roll.
16.
Okay, a 16 on your roll. You try to squeeze through, but you can't quite make it. The gaps are just a little too small.
All right.
That was a
well,
pretty good roll too.
I'm gonna go ahead and quickly check all these pots or whatever, see if there's anything interesting in those.
Okay, so you see water in the green ones, and the purple ones have miscellaneous objects, tools, and one of them has candles and candle holders inside.
All right. All right. Well, nothing of interest there. I'm gonna go ahead and go back out into the hall, still staying as a spider.
Okay, you are now in the hall.
Except this time I'm gonna be on the ceiling.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass by 10 minutes. That's probably about half of your time. So you have 10 minutes left before lunch.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and oh shoot! I guess I'm gonna try and crawl through a crack at the top of the door.
No, the crack at the top of the door is much smaller than the one at the bottom.
All right. Well, I'll do the one at the bottom.
Okay, you can get through the one at the bottom.
All right. I'm gonna stay real close to the base and go behind the urn stuff here.
Okay, so as you're crawling around, go ahead and give me, as a spider, a stealth check. Assuming you're trying to be sneaky and avoid being seen, of course.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with the 19, you crawl through and nobody seems to notice.
All right. I'm gonna try and hugging against the edge. I'm gonna try and get under this door.
Okay, you do manage to crawl underneath, and you see a spiral staircase leading downward.
All right. Do I see anything over here?
No,
Peeking
it's
around.
basically there's a wall that goes around, so there's like a little corner there, but nothing's really in it.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead then and go down the stairs.
Okay, you make your way down the stairs, and you can see light at the bottom, and suddenly everyone wakes up in their bed. Let me reset.
Woo! Wait,
Aw.
why would you do that? I didn't get to hear people's responses to the pig. Now I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
True.
You evil spider.
All right, so let me go ahead and set everybody up so everybody sit still while I do.
Lousy so and so.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so that would be, yeah, that goes up there. And then these two go back to their room. So I'll just put them up there. And then he's already in his room. And then let's see, where does Padley go? And Padley goes up here. And then Yonok, where are you, Yonok? There's Owen. You're going to be moving in a minute. So you are right there. Let's see. Then we have him. So who else are we missing? We're missing another dude somewhere. Where did he go? Sorry, give me a minute. Ah, there he is. Okay, so you're there. You are there. Alright, so let let me go ahead and set up some people. So, Brosnan, go ahead and roll me a d20. This is to see who you're going to be.
Who is he?
You can be a rainmaker, a head honcho, or what was the other one?
Well, while you're doing that, I'll start moving the ladies over.
Oh, that's it. Rainmaker, head honcho, or superhero.
Superhero?
Yeah. This makes sense. This would be all equally plausible choices, right?
Yep.
Where'd Darcy go?
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, you
I
already
put
moved.
myself
Oh,
back.
okay. All right, so you two are good. Those two are good. So we're gonna move. What's her face next? There she is. What's her face? Okay. And then. So she is going to move there. And then almost done. And then you are going to move there. Brosnan, did you ever make the D20 roll?
Oh, no. What's the roll?
Just a flat D20. Basically 1 through 10 or 11 through 20. It's going to determine, randomly determine out of two possibilities who you're going to be, and thus also who Tyler's going to be.
You're rolling a saving throw against the whims of fate.
Understood.
Okay, so that means that you are this guy, and Tyler will be the other guy. All right, so let me set that up for you. NPC. You are. And it will be a surprise to everybody else who you are. Evan Brosnan. There you go. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I set that one up. I guess I assumed that would be you. That was weird. All right, and let me set up the other one. That would be Tyler. Wait, I got it backwards. Sorry, I got it backwards. Ownership. Brosnan. This one's Tyler. And bigger ownership is. No, that's Tyler. Come on, brain, work. It is. Nope. It's Brosnan. Okay. I think that's all set up. So we're gonna go ahead and just move everybody here then.
Oh.
All right. So Tyler and I have to set up vision. Let's do that real quick. Vision enabled. And token. Vision enabled. All right. So Tyler and Brosnan, do you see yourselves in rooms?
Yes.
I do, I think.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and start with Brosnan. So Tyler, sit still for the moment. So Brosnan, you wake up in a room, and you can see a person kind of standing over the bed or standing near the dresser, getting ready, and he looks back and he says, "Noble Tizen, are you ready?"
I suppose.
You know that today is the day of the water ceremony, right?
Of course, of course. Water ceremony.
All right. Well,
Let's
you
do
don't
it.
worry. You don't have to do anything today. We will be involved with the ceremony later today, but this morning, you do have to show up and do the normal stuff.
Of course, of course.
I see that your headdress is crooked. Do you need any help?
Yeah, that'd be great if you could help me out.
So he walks over and kind of, starts straightening things out. And you can see there's some buckles that you just had completely wrong, and he helps you with, and so forth. And in the meantime, in another room, Tyler, you find yourself, or Judge, you find yourself waking up in a strange bed with a strange body, and you see another person kind of pulling himself out of bed, and he says, "Well, Petley, as you know, it's going to be a busy day today. As my helper, I'm going to need you to be to help me out when it comes to preparing the ceremony later today. So, how are you feeling?"
A little off.
You said you're feeling off.
Yes. I kind of grab at my throat a little bit and clear it. Interesting.
I see. Well then, that's fine. I'm sure. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on one moment. I have you as configure ownership. Yeah, I have you as him. That would be Patley. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, so he says, well, let's get a move on then. And, they start moving toward the doors. Meanwhile, Cyclonin, you can see your roommate approach, and he says, "So, Malin Alpin, how are you feeling this morning?"
Oh, feeling reasonably well. Hard to believe it is already the water ceremony again. It feels like it was just yesterday.
Yes, there are a lot of ceremonies around here, aren't there? Yeah. Well, fortunately, as apprentices, we don't have much to do with it. Do you need any help with your dress?
I think I can manage, but feel free to tell me where I make my mistakes.
Good. Meanwhile, Darcy, you can see in your room that Xana A is up, and she says, "So, Ko-Oak, today is your big day. Are you ready?"
Yes.
Well, that is good. I know you've been studying hard, and it's good to know that you're ready. Don't be too nervous.
I think I will be fine. Since I've done this ceremony so many times, and I've seen it and did so well last time, do I even have to roll for this?
Yes, you do. It'll be your second successful attempt, assuming you do it. But I will give you advantage because you've been through it, and it'll be a modest DC.
Well, hey, that first one really made an impact.
Well, do you need any help with getting dressed?
I should know how I should look by now, right?
Yeah, you do. You're able to get dressed on your own.
Is there a mirror in here?
There is above the dresser.
Yep. She's just gonna go to that. I think I will be fine, but you can check me to make sure nothing's out of place.
Of course, and she does so. She kind of helps you straighten a few things that are hard to reach and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Well, if you want to help me out, and she has you help her with a few things she has trouble reaching as well.
Yeah, I help her out. Oh, someone just faced through a wall.
Oh yeah, I'm just moving everybody outside. All right. So as you get ready, she gets ready to leave, and as far as everybody else goes, your compatriots come on. Also start moving. Oh yeah, and you're on cooking duty today. Are you ready?
You know it. It's hog day, boy. I'm gonna start getting dressed.
Very good. Do you need any help with your clothing? He goes behind you and he straightens something out and buckles
Yeah,
something.
I'm trying to remember it, but I'm probably not very good still.
Yeah, I would say with your intelligence, you kind of struggle with it a bit.
Yeah.
All right. And then he kind of goes outside and they all kind of start heading out.
Make our way to the prayer room.
All right,
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
a curious question here. I apologize.
Sure.
Jeremy, can you tell me who I am?
Sorry, say that louder.
Can you tell me who I am?
You should
Because
be...
apparently Joel and I are both moving the same character.
Oh, did I? Okay, hold on.
Get off of my Oyen.
That's me. I woke up him.
Oh, okay. You should not be controlling Oyen. That's the problem. Okay, let me.
Joel called dibs. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
I'm Pigman, alright? I cooked the pig.
Oh yeah,
That's
I don't
his
know how
duty.
you got set to owner there.
Stop!
You got owned.
So Tyler, can you still move it?
Yeah, you're running
I don't
towards
know,
the
somebody else
forbidden
is
door.
Okay.
Stop taking
Hold
me
on.
there.
Okay, just hold on a second. I gotta
I
find out.
won't touch it. I won't touch it.
Okay, apparently no. No, I just lost sight and everything.
Okay, so
Oh,
you
thank
were
God.
you were on the wrong one. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Your owner, but he might not have sight.
I don't have sight on anybody right now. Give me a tab.
No, it has vision enabled.
Okay, I'm this guy now. Okay.
Yeah.
I look different. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody else, you're basically your roommate headed to the hall and down the hall.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
So the way it works is that you know your token is, but you don't. The names don't show up for anybody else, so you don't know who everybody else is in the party yet. You because they look completely different, as do you. And you can
Yeah.
see.
I
Oh, go ahead.
yeah I kind of figured that, but yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, and you can see that everybody is kind of gathering in the central room, and you can see that there's this pool in the center, and lights all around and everything, caustics filling the room. And as you enter, you can see that Xanae, you can see a priestess enter, and are you in tow?
Yes.
So, Darcy, what are you doing?
Yes. Right. moving on out. It's my big day. Can't wait to have people waiting. Woo.
So you see the last of the priestesses enter the chamber, and so and then you can kind of see everybody else. Kind of. Sorry, I moved you. I didn't. I meant to move someone else. So that's Oyen. Let's see. Okay, so he's going to move to get out of the way. All right, so you can see everybody else is kind of around the chamber, and they all seem to be waiting on the new priestess who entered to do something. All right, so Darcy, what do you do?
Do my little ceremony.
Okay, go ahead and give me a religion check with advantage.
I thought it was performance.
Actually, it's a good point. It could be religion or performance. You can pick which one.
Well, she was working off a script, so performance probably would make more sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not praying.
Who wrote this crap?
But religion would be a good way to kind of internalize the ceremony and compare it to stuff you've had before. So either one will work, but I think performance is better for Darcy.
It is.
What's my character's motivation?
My character's motivation is I want to leave this place.
No, I mean the character you're portraying in the script.
Okay, with a 23, the ceremony goes off without a hitch. So everybody's kind of sees the priestesses going through this water ceremony as everybody else kind of chants. The priests don't have a very big part. It's just more like chanting and chanting along, kind of like you would do if you go to church or something like that. But the priestesses have active roles, with this priestess here having the biggest role, and she seems to perform it flawlessly because everything goes smoothly. And after an hour of the ceremony, you can see that one of the priestesses, based on her demeanor and the way she moves, you suspect she's the head priest or at least close to it. She walks up to you, Koa-Oak, and says, "You did very well this time. You did very well. I see your training and studying has paid off. Thank you. I had my doubts about you as a apprentice, as you know, but you have exceeded my expectations."
Thank you. I was studying very hard and trying my best. I did not wish to disappoint anyone.
Of course. You have done quite well. All right. Those on duty, please help clean up. And then she kind of moves back. All right. So Tyler, as
Yes.
one of the priests, no one really paid a lot of attention to you. I mean, most of the attention was on the priestesses. So unless you did something really heinous, everything went fine. But once the ceremony kind of ends, what do you do, if anything?
Actually, during the ceremony, I would like to put my powers of concentration to the test. I'm wondering if you're going to have a skill check or a roll or something. I was desperately trying to pay attention to what the woman was saying during the ceremony,
Okay.
how she was saying it, whilst I am looking around at everybody's dress and pictures on the wall, iconography. I'm really trying to absorb as much of this information as quickly as possible. I'm putting my big brain to use.
Fair enough. So go ahead and give me a. Well, it was a ceremony, so go ahead and give me a religion check.
Just straight up, no bonuses or negatives.
Yeah, no penalties or bonuses. Just a flat religion check. You should have some bonus due to your intelligence or wisdom or whatever that one's under. Intelligence, yeah. So that makes sense. Okay, so you definitely paid a lot of attention to the ceremony. You don't recall reading about a similar ceremony before, although you haven't studied religion extensively, so perhaps not surprising. You probably can't say it back word for word, but if you saw it again, you would definitely recognize it for what it is. And you know the parts. It's like, okay, this happens here, then this happens here, and so on.
And the language, I can understand it.
Yep,
But
you
do
can
I
understand what
recognize it,
everybody's
or does
saying
it just
without
sound like
any
normal?
problems.
Yeah.
You have this vague notion in your head somewhere that it's not common, or any of the other languages you know. But for some reason, you have no issues understanding or speaking it.
That's sort of what I thought when I first woke up and asked how I was doing. Okay, enough just nitpicking details. After the ceremony, what does everybody else do?
Since Darcy's in range for me, one of the things I'm going to do is telepathically tell her, it appears we are not meant to go into the guarded room yet.
Oh, well,
believe
that
that is-
explains why we reset. What did you see at least?
Just a light as I descended down the stairs.
Hmm. How does that work? Well, let's play our parts and try to get through the meal at least before we try to move forward. I'd love to know what the second ceremony is.
I will. So I will go ahead and help Boy in.
Okay. So one thing I did is I kind of skipped the there's an initial hour where everybody's kind of just getting dressed and getting ready for the ceremony. So it's actually been 2 hours. So I went ahead and advanced the 2 hours. So it's about 9 o'clock as far as your time here.
Okay.
Which instantly is like 13 hours away from where it is in your own world, as far as you can tell. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much time has passed. All right. So, Conglomerate, what are you doing?
Yep. I guess I should just. Yesterday, I just was corralled right in here after the ceremony to start working on pig things. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Since I was quite literally just doing this before the day got reset, how much do I kind of remember?
That's a good question. Go ahead and give me a history check. That basically represents your ability to, as you go in, also your roommate comes in to help you again.
Yeah.
It basically kind of represents your ability to remember knowledge you've gained, stuff you've studied, that kind of thing.
Yep. History.
Yep.
We're really really good at that.
Well,
Okay.
can he roll at advantage? Because I'm coming in and immediately going straight for the cookbook to help him with this stuff.
Oh, are you gonna tell me the
Well, you
cookbook
can
stuff?
you can certainly remind him of things, but this is how much he just remembers on his own.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like
Okay.
build knowledge here. So eventually, if we do it enough and drill it enough, maybe I won't need you to help. I'll just learn how to make a pig.
So you do remember that the paste you made. You remember the paste you made, and
Yeah,
you
paste
remember
was
that
bad.
was
I remember
terrible.
paste- yeah, paste
you
no good.
vaguely
No
remember the instructions Darcy had started giving you, and then you also remember you got some instructions from Cyclonin from the recipe book. And so you vaguely remember the steps and everything, but you certainly don't remember the details. And I'll
Okay.
be right back. Apparently the dogs are struggling again.
All right, I'm gonna need you to help me for a couple more days.
Of course.
But I remember there's a book, and I'm not gonna do the paste this time. So it's a start.
Let's start.
So why did we reset? Or I can't. Well, we can telepathically communicate. Never mind.
Yeah. I went into the guarded room down the staircase. I saw a light and then they reset, so it was probably because of me.
Okay. Understood. Well, it happens. Okay.
All right, so
we're
you
not
guys
allowed
are
in the room?
in the kitchen, so go ahead and stay there for a moment. Darcy, what are you doing?
Hanging out. I want to see where Loverboy went. I want to pursue this side quest of like temple drama.
Well, you've kind of gravitated toward him enough, and you kind of you kind of know him enough that I'm gonna go ahead and change his name so you can hover over it and get it. So you can see it's this. If you hover at this guy here, you can see he's the one that is in the center of the drama. You see his name?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Currently, he's basically helping to clean up a bit. You remember before, eventually he went to his room, but for now, he's still in the cleanup phase. So what are you going to do?
Alrighty. I'll loop back around. Oops. I went between the walls.
Oops.
Move, people.
Yep. You can kind of see people are hanging around. So where are you going?
I'm gonna snoop on them in the kitchen.
Okay. You head to the kitchen. All right. So Tyler, you you also had a buddy, so he's gonna seek you out. So let's see, Yonok. All right. Let me see where he went. You see one of the priests kind of approach you, Judge, and he says, "Well, Hatley, so what are you planning on doing before lunch?"
What would I normally do before lunch?
Are you asking me? You know what you normally do.
No, I just feel a bit off. I didn't wake up proper. My
Oh, you're
head
not
seems a
feeling
bit
well.
Fuzzy.
Do you want to go to your room and rest? You have a couple hours. I'll need your help later on for the altar ceremony, but that is not until 4. So you have quite some time. And lunch, of course, is at noon, but you have a good 3 hours.
The yeah, my brain's just a little fuzzy. The instructions for the ceremony later tonight, I'd like to refresh and go over again just to make sure I don't mess up.
Oh, we won't be operating the ceremony. What we'll be doing is the setup and teardown, and I'll give you yes. Here, let me. He kind of searches around. Here it is, and he hands you a scroll. This should have the information in it. It describes how to set up the ceremony and how to tear it down. It doesn't give you the details of the ceremony itself, which you should know, to be honest, but it's fine. You don't need it for today. And he hands you the scroll.
I do. My brain. Perhaps I should go to my room and read this. Thank you.
Very well. Just show up for lunch, or if you're feeling too ill, just come out and let me know, and I'll get somebody to take lunch into your room.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. All right. So where do you go?
I am gonna go ahead and attempt to. Let me scroll out a bit so I can see where I'm going here. I am going to attempt to go back and. As I'm walking down the hall, are these doors marked with anything? Are these pillars marked in any way?
No, the doors aren't marked. They're not locked either, though. You do see that there's something different about the door at the end of the hall, which is locked and is definitely seems to be a bit larger and more ornate. You do see several lamps and pillars. The pillars aren't really marked with any runes or anything, although they are marked with the crescent moon symbol that you saw on some of the shrines outside.
Interesting.
Oh, sorry, speak a little louder.
I said, interesting. And there's nobody in the hallway right now, right?
Not at the moment, no.
And you said the door's locked. Is it locked with like a big, like, key and lock keyhole?
Yeah,
type
it's
thing?
it's definitely securely locked. There's it looks like there's a lock on the door itself, and then on top of that, there's a chain with an additional lock on it. So there's actually 2 locks.
Can I peek through the keyhole of the lock, to see if I can see on the other side?
You can. If you peek through, you can see 2 elderly individuals that seem to be speaking to each other. Otherwise, you can tell by the way they're standing that they have some sense of authority, and you can tell by the way they're dressed. You know, you guess they might be the head priests, or at least in some other way in charge around here. Otherwise, you can probably make out one bed, although you can only make out a small section of the room, so there's more to the room that you can't see. But there's at least one bed, one dresser, and the 2 older people speaking.
Can I understand or hear what they're saying, or are they talking too quietly?
Yeah, they're talking fairly quietly, so go ahead and give me a perception check if you're trying to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, their whispering is a little too low for you to make out what they're saying.
Arg. I take another quick look back down the hallway. And
Still don't see anybody.
Go ahead and come back over. This was the room that my guy actually started in, right?
Yes, you believe that
Okay.
is the room you started off.
Yeah, because I was in a different room to begin with. I got confused a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry
once
about
I'm
that.
in here,
Beginning, it's some setting.
Oh no, that's not a problem. All right. Once I'm in here, I'm gonna go through this thing. What's in here?
Okay, yeah, you go into the dresser and start snooping around. You see clothing and various ceremonial pieces. Go ahead and give me a perception or investigation to see if you find any more. Okay, with a 27, you do find 2 different scrolls that are in scroll cases, but they're latched but not locked.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek at these.
Okay. So as you take a peek, you can see that the first one is Yoanok, and the second one is Pat Lee, and they do seem to be some sort of journals, perhaps, or at least information those people scrawled down. And you recognize Pat Lee as being the name you were referenced by. As far as Yono goes, you get the idea that he's in general in charge of kind of like the setup and tear down the various ceremonies, mostly dealing with the altar, but sometimes with the water ceremony as well. Apparently, you get the impression that duties kind of shift from person to person in order to kind of spread the load over time. Anyway,
Okay.
it's mostly boring stuff, but there's one specific thing about Yonoke's journal that stands out to you. It says, I asked Zene to join me for a walk the other day, but she blew me off. I think it is because of Noxie, but he is way too old for her. So I'll go ahead and put that out. Okay, oops. I asked. Anyway, so that you get that out of there. And as far as Pantley's, you get you get the idea that you are the helper to the Master of Ceremonies, who would be Yonoke, of course.
I asked.
And you've been here for a while, several years, in fact. You started out as an apprentice, and you're actually a full priest. But eventually, your goal, at least according to the journal, is to eventually become the Master of Ceremonies yourself. And so you've been kind of working with Yonoke as his helper to kind of get to that point eventually.
Okay. Oh, you said I asked. What was that about? Sorry.
Sorry, say it again.
Oh, after you have the diary entry in there, you put I asked. I was confused.
Could you ask who?
You put that in chat log.
Yes.
That's what I was asking.
Oh, I said I asked is what it was supposed to say. That's why I put that afterward. I asked Santa A to join me, but I missed the I when I was first putting it in.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's okay.
And that was from the Journal of Yonoke.
I will do my best to remember this. Also, is there anything in Hadley's?
Actually, go ahead and
that
pause real quick. Sorry, Darcy. I actually got something a little mixed up. I mentioned Quickstay to you. He wasn't the one involved with the drama with Xanae directly. He was the one involved with the drama related to the Forbidden Library. Sorry about that.
That's fine. I assumed that he'd come up to me again asking about my roommate whenever it was time anyway.
As far as Yoanoke, which is the one you're talking about, you were actually talking about, is this guy here. So I'm gonna go ahead and show his name as well.
Look at all this like office room drama.
All right. So if you hover over him, do you get the name?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, I just wanted to straighten that out because going through Judge's stuff, it made me realize I got those two names mixed up. All right, Judge, what else were you saying? If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Okay, can we hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in the Pet Play Journal that would tell me what a daily activity is or a routine?
Surprisingly, it's fairly sparse in that regard. You get the idea that these are more them kind of writing down kind of their daily. I mean, they do write daily stuff in there, so you probably get little pieces, but it's not like you don't see like an instruction manual or it's like okay. But from what you're able to piece together, they. Like I said, they're usually responsible for the setup and teardown. So between ceremonies, they usually help with the maintenance around the temple. They'll go ahead and help repair walls, help pick up trash, help repair objects, all that kind of stuff. So a lot like janitors, despite their being master of ceremony and all that.
Okay. Interesting.
And likewise, you can see various tools for that kind of thing in the kind of purplish containers. The green ones have water.
Okay. Any tools that look like they might be useful to just have on me for the moment?
Nothing really. It doesn't look like any locksmithing style tools. I mean, there is, kind of like a saw and hammer and that kind of thing. So maybe if you went really loud, they could help. But if you wanted to go quiet, not so much. All right. Anything else for now, or Judge?
Yeah, apparently I'm just, hold on a second. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and exit here, having kind of an idea of what's going on.
Okay, you open up another room. You can see it's similar to yours, except this one doesn't actually have a dresser. It does have the same kind of containers and beds, and you can definitely see there the containers do have things like scrolls and whatnot in them as well. Let's see.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and check them.
Real quick, I have to ask one question. Anyway, so you find the scrolls and stuff. So I'm assuming you're going to look at those.
Yes.
All right, so you can see you find one scroll right away, and it seems to be the journal of somebody. Although you're not sure exactly how to pronounce the name, so I'm going to put it in there. That's his name, and. It appears from what you're able to gather by looking at it that he is an apprentice, and he is staying in this room with another apprentice as well, he's been here for a while, but a couple of months, and he's obviously training to be a priest. He seems to come from a small village from nearby. You get the impression from the scroll that this is some sort of religious site, and that it's an honor to come here to train to be a priest. And some of those priests wind up going back to their home village in order to become the priest of that village. And it appears that this particular person is looking forward to being able to do that. And you can see he references another person, another apprentice has been here, hasn't been here quite as long as he has, by the name of Melanelpin. But he doesn't give a lot of details.
Just the fact that he mentioned him tells me something. Is this in a positive, negative, or competitive nature?
He seems fairly positive in his words.
Oh, so he's very positive about the Melanelpin guy.
Oh yeah, so he didn't really say much about him, but it seemed what he does say seems to be positive. It seems to be another priest or another apprentice, hasn't been here for quite as long as him, but they do seem to, as far as you can tell, have a good relationship.
Okay, excellent.
So Dave, did you see my question in the form of a whisper? It might be relevant. All right, so you're continuing to search. I'll tell you what else you find in a moment. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen. So what's going on back in the kitchen?
Making pig.
Are you actually gonna go back and make the paste again?
Oh, I'll stop him.
No, I'm not going to do that. I guess if what's
Actually, you guys know Tequetzal now, so I'm gonna go ahead and allow you to hover over. Oops, hover by anyone, so everybody can see Tequetzal's name now. Anyway, it says, all right, Oyen, what do you need me to do?
Wait, this guy is the other cook?
Mhm.
He's garbage.
Yeah, I know. He stinks ass. He's terrible at cooking.
I mean, I think if I wasn't helping with the cookbook, you'd still be doing better. Like, I think even if you made the paste. I mean, this guy is either useless or he's trying to sabotage you.
Are you
Yeah,
saying
you
this
think
out
he's
loud?
No.
No.
This is their telepathy. But no, he's actively trying to sabotage me because he doesn't want me to be a good cook. So honestly, I might just tell him to take the day off.
Dang.
Do you think that might be one of the ways to go? Or, I mean, we're so early on. Who cares if we reset, right?
He's done nothing of consequence in the previous day. I do not expect him to be any more helpful now.
Yeah. You know what? I think I actually got this one on my own, man. Why don't you take the day off?
Are you sure? You do not want me to help you with the vegetables or anything?
You know what? If you just cook the vegetable, or I'll cook the vegetables. If you just want to prepare the vegetables, go for it. But I'll handle everything with the pig.
All right, and I'll start preparing for you to cook the vegetables.
Sounds good.
So he starts pulling out
Okay.
vegetables and washing them and that kind of thing.
Okay, I will have. Dave, what's your dude's name?
It doesn't show up when you hover. Oh, I guess
No.
no.
Let me go
Alan
ahead
Alpen.
and. Oh, actually, no, I can't do
Malinalpin,
that
that's
yet.
Right. Malinalpin, why don't you feed me some instructions from that cookbook? I'm gonna start butchering the pig.
Alright.
I think that's probably step number 1, and then we prepare the sauce for after. And I'll just cut it up and get it in the oven.
So go ahead
yes.
and give me a probably nature check with advantage.
Nature with advantage. I'm not good at nature. I'm good at survival.
Okay, it seems to be okay. You know, as you're doing, you're not you're getting the instructions, but there's only so much you can get from instructions. So you're
Yeah.
not quite sure, but it seems okay.
Sure.
And
Okay.
Darcy, what are you doing since you're nearby?
Well, take a peek. See what they're doing.
So you can see that a person in there kind of cleaning up vegetables. You can see another person kind of reading from the cookbook, and then Oyen in there it seems to be cutting up the pig.
Pig.
Man.
Sorry, I'm actually eating.
Wow, she already doesn't trust Oyen's cooking. Just going straight to the backup plan.
This is crazy.
I mean, it always helps to have a backup snack.
Crazy disrespectful.
I mean, who's to say you don't screw it up this time? I never got to taste it the first time.
First time I think was probably good. This time might taste a little worse, but it's all right.
Oh wait, that's sorry, Brosnan. I forgot you're here. We'll get to you next.
Yeah.
Everything going well?
Reasonably so.
Yeah, we're doing great.
I see that there's definitely no pace, so I'm just like, all right, at least he's not making that monstrosity this time.
I don't even want to know what that was like.
It was great. It was
Yeah.
a little
It was
earthy.
horrendous. I almost
Earth-
puked.
Earthy.
I just grabbed random shit I found in the spice cabinet and started throwing them together because they're all labeled with words and not pictures, like some type of.
Telepathically to both Darcy and Conglomerate, I'm going to mention before attempting to explore the forbidden, or the guarded room, I did manage to get into Noxie's room. There are some scroll cases that I was unable to open at the time. I was a little too small. But under one of the beds, there was a ring with a ruby on it and the inscription of a crescent moon. And one of the dressers is locked, so there may be something of interest in there. Not explore further because I did not know how difficult it would be to return to the spider form. So, and it is locked, so it may be difficult to get in. We may have to wait until after we've seen this day through at least once.
Sure.
Very well. I can't go over to the men's side without causing suspicion anyways. And I've already thoroughly explored my own. But I do know where there is nails and a hammer, if so need.
That could potentially be useful.
Meanwhile, Brosnan, or Gizzard, I should say, you're kind of still outside in the main area. You can hear some talking coming from the kitchen. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna look around and see if I can recognize anyone I know.
So you go in and you see a number of people in the kitchen. You can see the priestess who ran the ceremony. You can see what looks to be a cook who is carving up a pig. You can see another, possibly a cook, who seems to be looking at some sort of cookbook. And yet another cook who seems to be washing vegetables.
I got a quick question. Do I recognize this person from last time?
Do you recognize him from last time? Hold on.
As one of the people who popped their head in.
Yeah, somebody came in to talk to me.
No, you don't
about-
remember him popping his head in last time.
Oh.
In
Hello.
that case.
Hello. What's going on?
Making pig. Hope you're hungry.
I'm starving.
Well, it'll be ready at lunchtime.
What time is it?
About 3 hours away.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have a hankering for mystery meat, would you?
I know someone that does.
Oh, wonderful. Another one.
I know someone that does.
Alright.
Not
You hear,
me,
you see
but-
Tequetzel kind of look over and it's like, what's this mystery meat?
It's
Ah,
a
maybe
mystery.
I don't know.
Pretzel. All right. Mind the veggies.
Tele-
Veg.
Telepathically to this one, if you are a judge, raise your left hand. If you are a gizzard, raise your right.
I raise my right hand.
Interesting. So how did you end up in here? Were you not guarding us?
Nothing's going on out there. We kind of just jumped in.
We?
We're
Are
looking.
we? Is
Yes.
everyone in here?
Except for Tavros, as far as I know.
This is not good.
Why? What the hell's going on?
Well, I guess we better hope we can get out of this. Oyen, please give me a moment. I want to go ahead and speak with our friend here.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bring Gizzard over to the far side of the table here.
All right.
I'm a join because who is this one?
We have Gizzard here.
Oh,
And according
Wait.
to him, potentially everyone is in here now.
Except for
then who is
Tavros.
guarding the bodies? What do you mean everyone's in here?
Tavros.
Okay, Tavros is not here.
Great, we leave the dumb one to guard everyone. Nothing could go wrong.
Well, actually, the dumb one's right down there.
No, I argue the bull is stupider than the bug.
You see a person kind of look in and say, is everything okay in here?
Everything is fine, my friend.
Yes, we are just figuring out what will be the ideal placement for the lunch setup. We are helping Oyen with the lunch.
I see. Nepotism. I don't think I've seen you help with the lunch before.
They
are
asked,
you
and
interested
I
in
was-
cooking now?
I'm interested in helping out, but not necessarily cooking. I think they got it covered down there.
Oh, interesting.
I'm just here to help set up.
I distinctly remember you saying something about never setting foot in a kitchen if you could all help it.
Well, this isn't the kitchen. This is the dining.
I see. Okay. And then he kind of moves off.
Oh,
I'm
it's
surprised
too
that we're...
noisy here.
Well, okay. Let us get this out of the way quickly. But we are stuck in here this day. We apparently have to try to get through it, at least to a degree. If things deviate too much from what they were destined to be, the day resets. This is the 4th day for Darcy and myself, and the 2nd day for Conglomerate. So this would be the 1st day for you and Judge.
I see.
If you try to leave the facilities, that will reset the day. If you commit... Actually, I don't know if I know about the violence, I'll leave that out. But if you try to go through the guarded room at the north of the water room, that will reset the day. There is a forbidden area, or it is barricaded off, that probably will reset the day, but we might need to get in there.
Oh, also, do not attack anyone. That will also reset the day.
Oh, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, no, do not attack anyone or start any arguments that are too disruptive. It will restart the day, I'm sure.
We do not know if we need to relive the day simply, or if we need to figure out what it is that does need to change about it. Either way, we do not want to make too many waves.
You can explore some of these rooms that aren't locked, though. I have minutes to explore the whole female side. Also, do not go to the female side. We don't need a unnecessary restart.
Yeah.
Gizzard, how proficient are you at cooking?
Oh man. Hold on. I'm trying to find my character sheet, but because I'm controlling this guy, it's difficult. What skill governs cooking in like a meta
Right
term?
now, it's been nature.
There we go.
I'm
alright, I guess.
But I've been able to roll survival for some of the rolls, but it's not really.
I'm a pretty mid cook, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I am not exactly an expert myself. Well, how about... Someone needs to be with Conglomerate to help the meal.
I mean,
Well, how
I
about-
can help, but I did just tell him that I'm not in the kitchen, I'm in the dining room. So if he comes back and I'm in the kitchen, he'll be more confused, but that's okay.
Well, here is the cookbook. You can read the directions through the door. This will only take a moment. I am going to see if I can find Judge.
So before you do that, we actually have to go back to Judge. And so, Judge, you were looking through the room, and you did manage to find another scroll.
Yeah.
Oops.
So this other scroll seems to be the Melon Alpin's journal, and apparently he too is an apprentice, and in a similar fashion as the other one, he seems to have an interest in training and then going back to his home village to become the village priest. He hasn't been here as long, and you get the sense, though, that from his journal that he has been fairly eager to pick up the knowledge of the various ceremonies and learn as much as he can. But it's pretty vague otherwise. You can definitely tell that he is just an apprentice and doesn't have a lot of say on what's going on.
Okay. I will go ahead and put all that back. Come on.
Okay. Go ahead and pause. Apparently, I need to put the dog on the bed now, so I'll be right back.
Oh, and you probably do not want to do a cannonball into the pool in the water ceremony.
No, I'd rather not have that happen. Do not upset anyone if you can.
All right, Tyler. So what's next?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and come. Hello, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and come down this way. Is this door here open?
Yes, it
Looks
is
like
open.
it.
And you can
And I
see
can see
there are
someone.
people out there. You can kind of see they're not looking directly inside at the moment, but you can definitely see their backs of them looking around and everything.
Okay. Making sure that they're not looking at me. I'll go ahead.
If you're trying to open it stealthily, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
You're sneaking? Oh, we're getting reset.
Okay, so yeah, as you go, I'm just going to move you outside. As you go to open the door, you notice one person kind of step in and kind of look your direction.
Oh, is this my
apparently,
guy?
I didn't know you were there. What did you need with Oyen's and Tuketzel's room?
You're going in my room.
Oh, yours is at the end of the hall, and he points over there, which should not be locked. Oh no, why it is.
Oh, yeah. As I said, my head's a little fuzzy. I just didn't walk forward far enough. Maybe I need some water. I don't know.
Oh, well, all right. Well, go ahead and close the door.
Okay. I go to close the door and just act like I'm stumbling or slipping. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lay down. I guess I'm not feeling good.
Well, I hope you feel better. And he kind of, you see him kind of go toward another door and kind of go inside.
Okay. I was trying to write down that guy's name too because he's my roommate. I missed it.
Oh, you wouldn't know his name, actually. I put it in for the others. So don't worry about that for now.
Alright. See, I've read all those scrolls I got. Trying to figure out where I am. I don't know about everybody here.
You can see a lot of the people are still kind of hanging out in the central room. You can see that some of the priestesses and even a few of the priests are kind of help cleaning up after the ceremony, kind of putting jars back to where they belong and that kind of thing. As you open that, you see one of the priests says, you know that it's forbidden.
I'm sorry, I was just checking, making sure that the hinges were were okay. Someone had said that it was a bit sticky and stiff trying to get the door open. Just
Go ahead and give me
the temple
a
is up to
deception
repairs.
check.
Yeah. Figures on that one. Well, I am the friendly janitor.
Yeah, you're not entirely lying, just mostly lying. And she crosses her arms and she says, "I would have expected better of you, Fatley, but I will have to tell Noxie of this."
I was just curious. I wasn't gonna go in. Sorry.
Well, you know the rules. We all do. We all have to cooperate.
What a teacher's pet.
Okay, you see another long hall. You can actually those doors will not be open anymore, and you can see several doors. You could tell even from there that the big door at the end is special. It has multiple chains, multiple locks, and a big sign on it that says "Forbidden."
Okay. Very similar to the hall I was just in.
All right, so go ahead and stop there. You've been you did a fair amount of searching and everything. So I'm going back to you, Cyclonin. What you said you were going to go do something?
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and try and look for Judge.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
All right, well, first off, I think we can pretty much rule out everybody that's out this way. So, okay, I'm going to look around here and see if I see anything that seems out of sorts. Anybody who looks like they're exploring around, observing the surroundings more intently than usual.
All right, so I'm going to need two things. Judge, obviously, you're trying to avoid being seen as being out of place and everything as you're going about, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to get a look around this building and not be noticed by all these people meandering.
So go ahead and give
but
me
I
a
just
stealth check.
wanted to look around. Okay.
All right, and Cyclonin, go ahead and give me a perception check. All right.
Yeah.
So, Cyclonin, you notice that this guy here seems like he's looking around a little bit too much like, this is all new to him. And Judge, you see this priest beelining it towards you. But based on his garb, you get the impression that he's of lower rank.
I'll just kind of casually keep walking. Like I don't notice.
I walk over and tap him on the shoulder.
Okay, this priest is tapping on the shoulder.
Yes. Do I know if the terminology is here? Are these priests brothers or padres or?
Just priest
general
is fine.
consensus?
Yeah.
I turn. Yes, priest. How may I help you?
Aren't you supposed to be on guard duty today?
Oh, was I? I am so sorry. That totally slipped my mind. I was busy doing some checks on the building. I am maintenance after all.
Maintenance. Well, I do believe there is something that we need to have fixed over in the dining area. One of the chairs has an issue. I'm certain you can help.
Of course.
And then you see a priestess kind of walk up. Is there a problem here? I'm hearing something is broken.
I am just asking for help with one of the chairs.
Oh, okay. Let me get out of your way then.
Actually, as I am moving along, telepathically, I'm gonna go ahead and not that is too far. In here. I point over this way. So, would you consider yourself to be a good judge of a situation?
Oh,
I suppose I've been known to make proper judgments from time to time.
Send my
Looking around,
regards
who
to
all's in this
Davros.
room? I see. Oh, say that again.
Please send my regards to Davros. I'm watching to see how he reacts.
Okay, how do you react?
Actually, just a second. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's pretty good. You don't see me twitch or smile. I say, well, yes, I do believe I remember someone named Tavros. I don't suppose his friend Gizzard sends his regards.
Telepathically
Kinda
to
look
this person. So you are a judge then, correct?
Oh, Cyclonin. I almost thought you would be Gizzard.
Well, it is time for introductions. So, since Darcy's right here, this priestess from the ceremony is Darcy.
I had paid attention earlier, yes.
Obviously,
Very
are
good
you?
performance.
Where did Gizzard go?
Gizzard, what are you doing?
I'm hanging out. I was
Oh.
trying not to draw suspicion.
All right. This
All our
is
little
Gizzard,
secret meetings.
and over in the kitchen we have Conglomerate. He is the one doing the cooking.
So, Conglomerate, actually, you've been in there for like 10, 20 minutes all by yourself without any
Completely by
instructions.
myself.
So what have you been doing?
That's an amazing question. I'm going to answer that with a dice roll.
Does he make his paste again for safety?
I'm rolling a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I passed. I am not making the paste. I am attempting to make the pig.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll. You did nature for cooking last
Yeah.
time. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll nature, and we can just see generally how I'm doing in here.
You do have advantage because you did get some instructions. However, once everybody left, you forgot all the instructions. They just
Oh,
yeah.
evaporated from your mind.
Well, I didn't roll that one with advantage, but I think that's probably how it should be going. So I think I gave up on cutting the pig kind of halfway through, and I was like, I should probably be cutting the meat afterward because I'm making like a full pig that we can cut into. So I throw the half-cooked pig into the fire and just start adding logs.
Okay, so this is what you guys see. You guys see a partially cut up pig that hasn't even been properly seasoned yet, basically in the oven. So what do you do?
Just
That
does
is the
it
end.
look like chaos? Is the kitchen just
Yes.
messy and like it's a disaster just waiting to happen? The
Oh.
judge goes ahead and looks in there and goes, "Oh yes, that is Conglomerate, isn't it?" And just
And then you see a guy in the corner who you think for a second you see him smile, but he's watching, vigorously watching vegetables.
I'd go over to Gizzard, to Gizzard, and could I please have the cookbook?
Yeah. Take it.
I walk over to with the cookbook and immediately tap it in on Judge's chest. How good are you at following recipes?
I believe this should be no different than brewing a potion or casting a spell.
Well, we need to get past lunch and we cannot risk it being ruined. If you are a better cook than the rest of us, conglomerates definitely welcome the help.
Oh, very well. I'm gonna walk in. Oh, go ahead.
And also telepathically to Judge, beware the other individual. He is also a cook, but seems to be, while not outwardly sabotaging things, he is quite content to be not especially helpful.
Do I have authority over this person? What is the hierarchy here?
I believe you are equals. He is Conglomerate's roommate. Or they are both cooks.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So help Conglomerate cook in order to get past lunch. What happens if we don't get past lunch?
The day resets. Actually, the damage has been done. Let us go ahead and explain that rather quickly. We either need to get through this day or to figure out what it is we need to change. So far, farthest we have gotten is the middle of lunch. Certain things will reset the situation. Being hostile to people to an excessive degree will do it. Trying to leave the premises will do it. There is a guarded door at the north end of the water room. Trying to explore down there will reset the day. Presumably, the barricaded Forbidden Library will also reset the day.
There's a barricaded Forbidden Library.
It is to the north of that hallway where I saw you trying to slink away.
Huh.
But someone was caught in there and they barricaded it off. There's a pretty impressive lock for it.
I wonder what hidden treasures of knowledge that library would have. I suppose. Have you been able to establish about where we are or when we are? I mean, I honestly have no idea how to speak whatever the native tongue is, but apparently I am fluent.
As far as I can tell, we are where we were when we fell asleep and ended up in here, just sometime in the past. I have no idea how far back. There is something significant about this day that we must figure out.
Of course. Alright, tell me everything you've learned so far, and I'll share everything I've been able to figure out in the very short time I was here.
Well, we know a fair bit about the priests. Well, I am Malin Alpin.
Oh, yes, I read about you. I sincerely hope it wasn't too intrusive.
No more intrusive than me reading about this individual.
Okay.
Conglomerate is Oyen. He is one of the cooks, along with the Quetzal, who is helping him today. They are very competitive, each one considering themselves to be the better cook. There is Patley, who, if I have met, I do not know for sure, but they are the master of the ceremony for the altar ceremony, as far as I understand.
I believe that is the body I inhabit.
Okay. Then he has a roommate named Deonok, who is his assistant. And then, let's see.
Just out of curiosity, Jeremy, when I first woke up this morning, was I the assistant or was he the assistant?
You were the assistant.
Okay, I'll go ahead and very quickly make that correction for Cyclonin. Apparently I am the assistant, not the main director.
That would make sense. What else do we have? So there is an elder named Noxy. He occupies the chamber to the north from the priest quarters. There seems to be some sort of controversy involving him and Zane. Supposedly, Zane is a priestess who is, supposedly had interest in him.
Isn't he a bit old for her?
So it would seem.
Yes.
Yes.
I found somebody who seems to be jealous of their relationship.
That would appear
Could be
to be
causing
you.
strife. Wait, me? No. It was not me. It was somebody else.
You remember as Yona Oak.
Yona. Yeah. Okay, that's one of the names I didn't catch. How do you spell that?
It was your. I believe it's your.
My roommate.
Yeah, it's your roommate. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
roommate's
I didn't catch
Patley.
No, he's Patley.
that. No, I am Patley.
Oh well, Yanok's the assistant.
Yeah, so there was mix-ups on my part. Yona Oak is actually the master of ceremony, and Patley is the assistant. I think I got it reversed at some point.
Okay. Well, can you just throw up how to spell that name, because I would have
Yeah.
gotten that. I just didn't get it written down there.
Yeah, so that was my bad.
Let me fix that.
Yona Oak is the one though who is also the one who's involved with Xana, and you remember reading about that in the scroll.
Okay, yeah. With Yona Oak, is he noticeably older than Xanahay as well? Is he around Xanahay's age? And
I don't know if you've seen
No
Xana, so I don't think you know that.
okay. All right, so just all I know is that Xanahay's too young for this Noche, and
Yeah,
Yona
it was.
Oak is,
Yeah, the Noxie's the one that I just put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Who she's supposed to be too young for.
There is also Quicksta, who was caught in the Forbidden Library. I believe that is probably going to be Gizzard's roommate, who is nepotism, who won't set foot in a kitchen. So that is what I know about the priests. I did speak to find that name again, Quicksta, regarding their experience in the Forbidden Library. They did not find very much, although, let's see, what did they say? There we go. I did not find much, but these are that there is a library here full of forbidden texts.
interesting.
But we probably will, unless something changes, we probably do not want to mess with that this time around. Since it would be nice to find
You
out.
said. Oh, I thought you said the damage had already been done for today, and we should start a fresh day tomorrow.
We do not know that for sure. Lunch may yet be salvageable if you are good at guiding Conglomerate, or perhaps even taking the lead in the cooking. If we can get through lunch, then we should be a little more free to speak some more. I do have a meeting with Noxie after lunch, if we get that far. And Darcy explored most of the priestess, well, probably all of the priestess side, so she probably has some insight on that.
Okay. Well, Miss Darcy, what can we learn? And I'm sharing all the information that I've learned so far as well.
There is damage to the main ceremonial altar. It appears to be an incomplete summoning circle, at least the part that I was able to find out about. What it summons, I do not know. I could show you the parchment that one of the janitors or maintenance men, whatever you want to call them, jotted down. They thought it to be some strange ship marking, but it is very concerning. We have yet to make it to that ceremony. I wonder if that is what we need to either change, alter, or experience.
Yes, I would very much like to see this.
I would
except
have
Darcy,
to
you don't
fetch
have
it.
any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah, basically, that's what she was saying. I'd have to fetch it. She knows where it is.
Okay. Well,
You need to save lunch first. Get in there before the idiot just burns everything down.
all right, all right. I shall
As you
attempt to
say
save
that,
lunch.
you can
should
smell
try-
something burning from the kitchen.
All right. I will try to save lunch. You try and get that. Cyclonin, you said that violence would probably reset the day. Perhaps these other people with this whatever love triangle they might be having would be enough to interfere and try and sabotage that ceremony. I mean, obviously, that's not above these people here.
Well, if it is violence that happened in the original, as they originally occurred, that will not be an issue. But if you make enemies that were not meant to be your enemies, that is a different story.
Ah, okay. All right. And what do you know of our positions again? I have a being the ceremony coordinator. I have rank over the kitchen staff.
You were able to gather from your from the journal that you are a full priest. You're working toward being the master of ceremonies, but even without that, you're still a full priest. So you do have authority over apprentices,
Okay.
such as Melanelpin
That's
or his roommate.
all right. That's all I was really asking.
You don't
Okay.
really have any, as far as you know, you don't necessarily have any authority over the cooks, but you don't know either way.
Okay. Well, a cook is a cook, and I'm a priest, so I'll go ahead and pretend that I can. I walk in to see how things are going. I will take the pot off the burner and set it to the side so it stops burning. And I will make eye contact with this guy with just a little nod because I was told that you're a conglomerate.
So Conglomerate had this priest suddenly walks in, starts messing with your cooking, and nods at you.
Whoa! What the heck, man?
Telepathically to Oyen, this is Judge. He's going to help you save our lunch.
Oh. Okay. Alright, fine.
And then I
You
just
can help.
I side eye glance this guy over here.
He's now chopping vegetables. Slowly.
Yeah. I kind of remember what was said about him. And I'll just kind of walk up, stand behind him real quick as I look over his shoulder to see how he's doing cutting. And I'll just kind of go.
He's cutting slowly, but I mean it is proper cuts and everything.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not in any way, shape, or form critiquing his work. I just want to make it noticed that I put my head over his shoulder to be observing him.
Okay,
I
he
do
glances
this.
back and then goes back to his cutting and he says,
As
"Pat Lee, I
as
don't
he's
remember
glancing,
you coming in or helping us before. What can I do for you?"
as I glanced over and he looked over at me, I wanted to do this.
He looks at you at the raised eyebrow. If you are not feeling well, please remove yourself from the kitchen.
I feel fine. That is. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but when was the last time you bathed? Ugh.
I bathed this morning.
You're gonna...
I don't think so. I would appreciate it if you could not be this close to the food. That smell is just going to make everything taste bad. If you could go wash up, please.
Go ahead.
I don't
give
know
me
what that is. Oh my gosh.
a performance or persuasion.
You're gonna get me in trouble, man.
No, I'm
Right.
just getting him out of the kitchen. And I was doing it without violence.
Rude.
I mean, as much as he is like a person that, I mean, probably is gonna try and want to see me fail. I think that he probably.
He kind of smells himself and he says, Perhaps I should go straight freshen up, and then I will be back. And
That's
he just excuses himself.
All right. Once he's gone, I come over here. Cyclone, you did hand me a cookbook, right?
Yes.
I flip the cookbook open. Conglomerate, what are we doing here?
And for reference, it's the cookbook that you see on the table there. So that's technically not there right now, but it will be there each day.
Oh, okay. And I start flipping pages. What are we trying to do here? Looking over, and do I recognize the type of meat in that pot burning?
Yeah, I mean it's a full pig. It's basically what you see on the table is what's basically trying to be made. Obviously, it's not on the table yet, but yeah, it's a giant pig, kind of stuffed in the oven over here, kind of burning, and you do recognize it. If you flip through the book, you can find where the recipe is pretty easily.
Okay, so I recognize, okay, this is a pig recipe. We're having pork for lunch. Seeing what's already there, I'm going to try and follow the recipe. And it's like, okay, Conglomerate, let's see what we can do. And I'm going to
So
Try
go
to fix
ahead
it.
and give me a
follow recipe.
yeah. Go ahead and give me a nature check. Whoever's taking the lead, you have advantage because you have the recipe book and helping each other and all that.
Okay.
Okay, with a 28, you know what to do. Like you said, it's not too dissimilar from following recipes for brewing potions or anything like that. So, yeah, you know what to do. Are you gonna tell Conglomerate what to do and let him do it, or are you gonna take over?
I'm gonna take the lead, but I definitely can't do it on my own. I'm helping tell Conglomerate what to do, but I am doing it in what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm doing it in a instructional fashion. It's like, okay, now we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut it this way in order to do this and this with it. And as I'm trying to get it all done and get him to help me do it, maybe he's learning, kind of like watching an episode of Blue's Clues or something.
Fair enough. So that's going to keep you guys busy for a while. So Patley and Oyen are currently cooking. Or go ahead.
Since I already started with burnt pig and some other problems like that, can I go ahead and just like prestidigitate some good tastes and flavors into this to try and see what we can do to repair?
Okay, go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Uh,
Just a wisdom check
Right,
to see whether you can push through the barrier and use your magic.
is it wisdom or intelligence? Because
It's
I'm an
wisdom.
intelcaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is independent of the actual skill checks involved with the magic itself. This is just to see if you can use it at all.
Oh, we can do that. I have some
That's
interesting.
kind of
Okay.
okay.
So yeah, as you go to try to use your magic, there seems to be some sort of mental barrier preventing you from doing so. So you try to use prestidigitation, but you can't push through the barrier and actually get it to happen.
Make a death saving throw.
He's kidding.
Yeah, I know.
And actually,
you want
it actually takes you a couple of minutes before as you try, before you become aware of your surroundings again, and it gives you a splitting headache.
Huh. Do I want to try and make an Arcana or just a straight intelligence or investigation or insight? What just happened?
You're trying to figure out what's causing it?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check if you want. So you're not sure exactly how it works, but it seems to be part of the magic that is involved with, making you relive this thing. It seems like it puts up a mental barrier between you and your magical abilities, or even other, godlike abilities like class abilities and so forth. You're not sure exactly why it was set up that way, but it is possible to push through the barrier sometimes, but not always. And you try too much, and it'll give you, every time you fail, the condition afterward will be worse and worse. So you'll get progressively worse and worse headache, and actually start feeling worse and worse the more you try and fail. You don't know of any way to get past it directly.
Yeah, I'm liking this place less and less now. Anyway, still with the.
You did get a
trying
28 though, so you are going to have some burnt ends and burnt parts of the pig, but you do think you can kind of cut away the worst of it and still make a serviceable meal.
Okay, and still trying to make sure to teach Conglomerate here because apparently he's run through this a few times.
Okay. So, and like I said, that's going to take you guys a while. So, while they're cooking, what are you doing, Gizzard?
I'm not so sure. Apparently, I hate kitchens.
Gizzard, would you like a tour?
Sure.
Alright, I'll take Gizzard around. Well, obviously, this is the dining area. Lunch will be here soon enough. But let us step out this way.
Okay.
As you step out, you see two older figures kind of just coming out of the hallway, and one of them notices you, Malin Alpin, and he kind of walks up to you and kind of gestures your way.
I go ahead and walk up.
So, Malin Alpin, you've been here for a while as an apprentice. How are things going for you? Are you fitting in?
More or less, I think. It is, of course, very different from the village, but I am adapting.
Well, that is good. And you're getting along with everyone?
Yes, everything seems to be going reasonably well.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I see behind you Nopal Tizen. I don't remember you two hanging out before, but it is good you're getting to know the priests.
Yes, we were going to adjourn to our quarters and kind of talk about our respective experiences in our villages.
I see.
Of course.
Well, I do have something of a private matter to speak to you about. He starts speaking low to avoid the others nearby hearing. If after lunch, if you can come to my chambers so I can speak to you privately. Don't worry, you are not in trouble or anything. It's just a private matter I wish to speak to you about.
Of course.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. And then he kind of steps away and then starts talking to another older figure as well, who also seems to be a figure of authority.
Alright. Telepathically to Gizzard, that was Noxie. He is someone of significant rank here. There are some rumors involving him and Zane, but please follow me. I will point out his quarters.
Okay.
As you enter, you can hear some clanking noises from inside this room. Like somebody's moving around a pot or something.
Is that your room?
Is this my room? I forget.
It is.
It is. That is my room. Should I interfere with whatever's going on in here?
Telepathically, see if you can see what he's doing with the pots. He was caught exploring the Forbidden Library, so he may know something unusual.
I'm gonna open my. Actually, I'm gonna knock first.
You knock and you hear a voice. Yes, can I help you?
It's the pot's in. Like I'm in.
Of course. And then you hear some scraping and some movement. Go ahead. And you can see him just walking over to his bed and sitting down.
What's
Yes.
the sound of noise, my friend?
Oh, I was just moving some of the pots around. One of them needed to be filled with water, and I was just checking it. I'll go get some water in it later today.
Okay. Interesting. Can I speak mentally to
Only if you have that.
Odin right now? Dang. He can speak mentally to me, but I can't speak mentally
Yeah, right.
to him.
That's correct. However, if you want to get like if you wanted to, for example, to see if he's trying to hide something from you or whatever, you could do an insight check.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I'm good at those. I realize I do have message.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, nothing's going on here. Alright, well, have fun with your pots. I'll see you later.
See you at lunch.
Yeah, nothing crazy's happening in there. I say quietly.
Probably would have been preferable to just barge in, but alright.
I'm not trying to get the day reset, is all.
Well, I think you are allowed to go into your own room. Anyway, this room here, this is where Conglomerate and his roommate reside. They are both cooks. Then, if I had to guess, I believe that this room is where Judge is and his roommate are. He is the assistant for the Master of Ceremony. This room here to the left, this is my room that I share with, who do I share it with? With someone. Oh, with Silita. He is another, striving to be a priest. And then this door at the end here that is locked, this is where the elders reside. Nocti, or excuse me, I'm saying that wrong already. Noxy, which is the one that spoke with me a few minutes ago. He is in this room along with another individual. There is a ring with a ruby under one of the beds and an assortment of scroll cases. There's one of the cases is red and has a crescent on it. I do not know what any of the scrolls say because I was unable to open them in my spider form, and there's a locked dresser in there as well that may be of interest.
I see.
Well, let's see, what was it that I was gonna say? Oh yes, another thing too is trying to use any of your abilities be very challenging. I tried to cast Mending on one occasion and it just gave me an extreme headache. It takes a great deal of force of will to fight through the barrier. So in a pinch you can attempt to cast magic or use certain abilities, but do not count on them working, not without great difficulty.
Understood.
Alright, well let me show you where the latrine is.
Everybody's
You might-
favorite. Yeah?
You might find the Quetzal there trying to clean up. Alright. And then telepathically as we walk past that door, that is the guarded door with the staircase going down. Going down there will reset the day. And then we'll go this way. Whoops, as soon as I... So telepathically again, this door to my left, this is a storeroom.
Okey-dokey.
Further down. Actually, I'm not sure what this room is. Whoops. Oh, that's a storeroom.
Right now.
Okay, there are two storerooms. This door here, this is a latrine.
Okey-dokey.
This door here at the end of the hallway, this is the Forbidden Library. As you can see, it is quite barricaded.
Yes.
Yep. And you can see a big sign says forbidden as well as chains and locks.
And then this door here, this is to the priestess's quarters. Well, I have been down that way once. Might be wise to avoid being spotted there.
Understandably.
We can rely on Darcy for that.
Yes. Well, thank you for the tour.
And then telepathically again over this hallway here. This also leads to the priestess's quarters.
Understood. No business then.
Let's see, I forget, what is your role?
Yeah, I got no clue at the moment.
Well, I believe I am on the hook for a ceremony later today, so you might have an easy time of things.
That would be nice.
Well, I suppose I should check on the others. Feel free to explore. Just remember, you allegedly know these people already, so
Yes.
Yeah.
My goal is to avoid contact with most.
You see your roommate. He's kind of looking at the water at the moment.
My roommate?
No, Malin Alpin's roommate.
I see.
Oh.
You're a twin?
In fact, I'll go ahead and let you see his name. You probably
yeah, it's a real super simple one. Probably don't even need to bother putting it up yet.
Okay, you can hover over it.
Uh-huh.
If ever anybody's name looked like random smashing on a keyboard,
Quitzel.
Silita is kind of the pronunciation I got, but
Let's see. I feel like the person to ask here is Kong. Kong would know. How do you say this name?
Well, he can't even see you from there, so.
I know. Out of character, how would you say this name? If you had to say it.
give me the letters.
and let's see if I can.
Oh, it's this one. I think I came up with Huitzilopochtli.
That makes sense.
So it's Huitzilopochtli.
Huitzilopochtli.
What?
Huitzilopochtli.
I'm trying to read that, but I can't. Like I cannot read that pronunciation.
It's Whozilla? Godzilla's younger cousin?
Huitzilopochtli.
Well, I get the first half. Okay. All right.
Well,
Moving
it's
on.
out of character. It's actually based off of Aztec pronunciation. That's why it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gathered that, but that one is extra difficult. Is that like an actual name of something?
No, but I gathered there are parts of it from actual names, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They're
moving on.
very common letter groupings.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gizzard, you got the tour. Malin Alpin just did that. You see. Oh, that's Brosnan. Okay, yeah. So what's going on in the kitchen? You're still working on the meal, I take it. But Darcy, what is it you're doing in the kitchen?
Watching the dodos try to figure out how to read a book and cook one freaking pig. It's like, how many monkeys does it take to screw in a light bulb kind of situation?
I rolled a 28. I'm actually doing highly competently.
I know, but the fact that it's like several people having it passed off, how do we help Kong? Someone help Kong! Lunch is ruined!
Alright, so...
And she's just sitting here like, she's just being judgmental as usual. She's just like, ugh, man, useless.
Fair enough. So is there anything else that any of you are going to do before lunch?
Yes. She's gonna go and sneak into the room to get the information again, basically. After she sees that Judge is taking over.
Okay, so what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and advance another half an hour as you go do that. Go ahead and give me a stealth check to see if you can go do that without getting caught.
I mean, I'm headed towards the women's area, so unless someone's just like, "Oh, what are you doing in the women's dorms?" It's like, whatever I want, because I'm a woman. Mind your business.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead.
Because it was in the woman's dorm where it was.
Right.
And it seems like everyone else is kind of just waiting for lunch to be done, so they don't really have a reason to stop me to go back to my room or go henceforth wherever.
You see, as you're coming up, you see Zana A kind of leaning on the pillar. From what you remember, she's probably going to head back to her room yet, but she hasn't quite done that yet. And so she kind of waves as you go by.
I give her a wave, shut the door. Alright. Alright. Alright.
Okay. So you go and you start. You know what you're looking for, so you're able to to grab it pretty quickly.
Grab it. And getting out.
Okay.
Alright. Meow.
Alright. Heading off to your room. Fair enough. Alright, so is anybody else gonna do anything before lunch is ready?
I am gonna go ahead and check and see how Judge and Conglomerate are doing.
Yeah, when you check, it looks like everything seems to be under control. You can see that the pig has been repaired as best as possible. You know, the vegetables are getting ready, all that kind of stuff. Judge seems to have seems to be instructing Conglomerate on what to do, and he seems to have things in hand.
Excellent. When you have some time, if you like, I can give you a tour of the areas that I have access to.
Do I feel that it would be okay? Can I leave this with Conglomerate? It won't turn into...
You suspect that if you leave before lunch is done and you come back, yes, you're going to probably come to things being on fire.
There will be some time after the meal is cooked that we should have some time.
Alright, excellent. Have you tried casting here?
I have a few times. It is very difficult. I have had a reasonable amount of luck, I suppose, but I did try casting Mage Hand at one point. I succeeded, but it was very difficult. I tried to mend an item, and the first time I failed, and it gave me quite the headache. I did make a subsequent attempt later, at which succeeded. And on the previous day, I did take the form of a spider. That was also very difficult. Every single time, it required a great deal of focus, as if I was trying to break through some sort of barrier. I am a bit concerned, too, that things that are too dramatic might reset the day as well. In most of the cases, I made sure to have privacy when I made the attempts, and the one time when I did not, it was an ability that would not have been observed.
With this information, can I try making an Arcana or investigation to see what this magic?
Well, you already, it's all the information that he's telling you. You basically figure it out on your own. You're not getting anything new here. So,
Okay.
Yeah. At least without any new information, you pretty much figured out all you can.
so for the most part we will need to rely on our wits.
Well, that can be more of a bother, but I suppose if that's how it's gonna work here.
Well, it looks like you have done a fine job of salvaging lunch, so perhaps if the day should reset, you would be the best one to get a conglomerate through the cooking.
Okay.
Alright.
So we've all
Meanwhile,
have.
Darcy, you've gone to your room. What are you doing?
Isn't my roommate supposed to like come
Yeah,
back?
she's actually
Okay.
on her way now. You can hear footsteps coming down the hall. But she's about to come through the door.
I'm gonna put my my stolen notes and stuff into my journal.
Okay. All right. So if you, as you're putting that in there, she comes in, notices you with your journal, but then just walks past and goes to her bed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm just gonna write some stuff in my journal. Which, you know what, I am.
What are you gonna write?
Basically little bullet points of all the important information that I've gathered from the whole drama with her and those two men, the older guy and the younger guy, who's just like, "How dare? How could this be?" Blah. And then I guess some notes about like where certain things are in the room with the maintenance people,
Okay.
like the hammer, the nails, and anything that could be useful as a tool later.
Oh, fair enough. All right. All right. So as you're writing, Xanae kind of looks over from her bed and says, "What are you writing about?"
Just a note about all the ceremony.
Everybody was really impressed, you know.
I know. I want to make sure that I repeat it exactly how I did it before.
Yeah, I thought for sure you might need to ask me for help or advice, but no, you did it all on your own.
Well, if I do need advice, I know who to go to.
Of
Speaking
course.
of,
Yeah.
what's with the rumors with you?
Oh, there's nothing to them. They're silly. Yeah, there's that whole thing with me and Noxie, and of course, there's nothing there. He just needed to speak to me. That was it. And it's just a certain other person reading way too much because I didn't feel like walking with him anymore.
You're going to explain that to them, or are you going to let this grow out of proportion?
I don't really care. I'm just not interested in Yoanok anymore.
They are asking questions, you know.
I know. Maybe I'll get around to talking to him, but it's too much of a bother. Probably not worth it.
Well, what am I to say if they come asking me? I am your roommate.
And just tell them that you don't know anything.
All right. The longer you say nothing, the worse it is.
Yeah, it won't be a problem soon enough.
As you say so.
Doop, doop, doop. Shut that door. Yeah. Let's go find old sad boy. See if I can make a scene start, just out of curiosity.
One thing you discovered is that Yoanok, Actually, no. That's sorry. You notice that Yonok's roommate is a judge.
Yes, good. Perfect. Time to sow the seeds. Oop, wrong way. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. Boop, 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 be doop. Yep. I'll get past the freaking hall monitor here.
Yeah.
Where's Sad Boy?
Let's see. Do you see him in here? I don't think you do. You're not sure where he is. However,
All right.
as you're passing, you can see Noxie kind of notice you, and he says, "So,
Who's that?
how's Zenae doing?" Did she
Decent
lock
plan.
herself in her room again?
No, I was just in there.
Well, make sure she comes and eats.
I'll let her know when it's ready.
Thank you.
Isn't that the guy that this rumors are about?
Supposedly, he's the one who had a thing with Zenae. And as you're talking, you finally do notice Yono, because you finally get far enough down the crowd. He seems to be down near the ramp. I think you can hover over him and see his name.
Okay, let me see if it works. So I know Old Man.
I'll go ahead and
Is
go
suspect
ahead and put
one.
his name on as well, since you guys know him already.
Yeah. Suspect number 1.
There you go.
Alright. Sus Old Man. Alrighty. Telling me to make sure my roommate acts a certain way. You don't tell me what to do. Anyways, I'm gonna go down to Sad Boy. See what I can cook up with that.
Oh, as you get there, he notices you and says, "Have you spoken to Zenae today?"
I have.
Well, she blew me off the other day from our walk. Do you have any idea what is going on? I know she kind of glances up at Noxie. I saw them together. She kind of glances over, but what's going on with her?
She seems to have lost all interest in what has once caught her interest. I have no proof of anything, and neither do you. But I do know she doesn't seem to be interested in anything anymore with you or anyone else. And it could be about something someone said. But I have no proof, and she will not tell me otherwise.
It's just so sudden, you know?
I believe something was said that made her, or perhaps done, that made her lose interest.
What did I do?
Oh, not something you did, I'm sure.
Well, if you hear anything or she tells you anything, let me know.
Oh, she won't. Maybe you can find something out about the old man. Why he would speak to her, or try to dissuade her with you.
He looks that way and says, "If he only if he wasn't the second priest."
Again, I have no proof, but as far as I'm concerned, she lost interest after their talk. She says nothing happened, but doesn't mean nothing important wasn't said or discussed. he also seems to be very adamant on me making sure she comes to lunch. I don't know. Read into it as much as you want. I can't prove anything. Perhaps you can find out.
As as you're talking to him, you see him grasping something at his belt. It's hard to tell what it is, but it just seems to be some sort of handle. Uh, and You can see that he does have a lot of ceremonial garb and tools on his person. But it reminds you a lot of the handle of a dagger or a knife.
Yes, good. Murder. I sow the seeds of resentment. I'm a bard, it's what I'm good at. Well, I'll let you get back to things. Like I said, I cannot prove anything, and she won't speak to me. But certain things do align. I leave it to you. Plot, evil cackle.
Alrighty. Okay. You go back. You see a priest. You seem to recognize him as. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put all the names for you guys as well, since everybody knows each other now. So, hovered by anyone. And you recognize it as Gizzard Disguise. Well, not
This
Steve.
one?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How goes everything?
Goes alright. I seem to have gotten the lighter end of the stick here. I did not really expected much of. So that's good.
Do you know how
Unlike
dinner is turning out? Oh, I am perfectly fine. I am just sowing the seeds of resentment and possible revenge. I wonder what will happen.
Oh yes. Shall see. And dinner is. I'm gonna open the door and look in. How's dinner going?
Seems fine as far as you can tell.
It
Looks
appears that
fine.
I just salvaged it.
Yes.
Oh,
So you
are
get,
any of you roommates with a certain
Insert Aztec name here.
which name?
Angry boyfriend.
Yoanok?
There you go.
you know?
Was that mine?
That's mine.
Okay.
I believe so. I've remember reading some of his personal scrolls.
What? Really? Anything mentioning my roommate?
Insert Aztec name here, because there's too many to remember.
Zane.
Zanahe. I don't know how to say it right, but I'll go ahead and repeat back what I read because I was paying attention. About how Yoanok is jealous of Noche because Zanahe is too young for him, or he's too old for her. I'm not 100% sure what, but apparently Yoanok is jealous.
I pasted the scroll. In case
Yeah,
you still had it.
I was. The problem is I can't actually highlight, copy, and paste. I have to literally try and.
No, I just pasted it
So-
again in the chat.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. But yeah, I'll go ahead and share with Darcy all the information I have on the people I was able to find. This Yanoch guy who's
Oh, speaking of which, Judge,
head
I did
coordinator.
forget something. When you were digging through the scrolls in that other room, and you got to
Yeah.
Melon Alpin's scroll, you did see this entry in there as well. So I'll go ahead and put that in there. That was in Melon Alpin's scroll.
Okay. Alright, I have to actually type this. I can't cut and paste here. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, this is something I'm going to share too. I don't know if if Cyclonin is already aware of it. But...
Yes, I do know about these details.
And Gizzard, you, if he mentions that name, you'll recognize him as your roommate.
Oh. Yeah, not surprising. He made a good effort at convincing me nothing was going on, though. I believed it.
When I was giving Gizzard a tour earlier, I heard Quick's moving some pots around in the room. There may be something hidden in there we may need to find out about at some point. But I don't know when he will be out of his room.
Okay.
Perhaps you can create a distraction.
And as you're talking, you see an older gentleman enter the dining hall and start walking toward the kitchen. There are more people here than I was expecting. You hear a voice behind you. Are you all helping with the meal?
Oop.
To some degree.
I am surprised,
Oh.
Nopal Tinzen. You, weren't you the one? I'm old. My memory is fuzzy, but I distinctly remember you saying that you would never be caught in a kitchen if you could help us.
I'm outside of the kitchen.
That is true, but I am surprised you were even that close. You seemed very much to taste the idea of cooking, so I am surprised to see you helping in any way. However,
Well,
if you want to, if you've had a change of heart and you wish to help more with the cooking, we can always use more hands.
yeah, sure.
So,
I've had a change
if
of
I
heart.
may be so bold, what made you change your mind?
I just kind of got over it. I'm not gonna lie. I was throwing a fit. Nonsensical fit. Nothing's wrong with cooking.
Go ahead and give me a deception check.
That's not the right one. There we go. I'm not that good at that. Where is it? Oh, actually, I'm really good at that.
He nods. I see. Well, that is good. We have a limited number of people here, so the more that we can spread out the different chores, then the less each individual will have to contribute. So I am glad to hear that. You are maturing.
Yes, I'm so mature now.
Good, good. As a priest of this order, it is good to see you take such an attitude.
Well, I think.
Well, if I can squeeze through, I'd like to see how the meal is turning out. And he squeezes past. Oyen, you are cooking today. That's right.
Yep.
Oh,
the good chef.
Patley is helping you as well. Well, today is full of surprises.
Yeah, everybody wants to get invested in the pig. Apparently last time I didn't do it so well, so I'm getting lots of help.
You see a kind of a look of consternation on his face that he quickly tries to hide. Yes, I may have been too vocal about the quality of the meal last time. I did not mean to criticize so harshly.
Look, man, I'm maturing. I want to be the best chef, and constructive criticism helps me. I'm gonna get it done. Today's gonna be different. You're gonna like it.
That is good to hear. Oh, what happened to Quetzal? I thought he was going to help you today.
Yeah, he was trying to help, but you know him. He's not good, and he's stinky.
He raises an eyebrow. Really? I thought he was quite keen on keeping himself clean.
Well, Maybe he's trying to compensate. I don't know. Either way, today was not great. So we sent him away to go clean up. He'll be back in a second. He's working on vegetables.
Very well. Well, I'll let you get back to it. And then he
Thank you.
heads out.
That's the dude that keeps ragging on me for having bad pig making skills.
Yeah.
I see.
Alright, so anybody gonna do anything else before lunch? You have about 2 hours.
No.
Does anybody know if Kluxi is friends with Yanich?
Huh?
Yeah, I have a similar response to that.
You said what?
I'm not ever going to be able to say these names at all in any realistic fashion.
Quick,
So,
Oh, okay.
CUIX is friends
yeah,
with
quick stuff.
YAON.
Yeonak.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have not found
That's
anything
really-
that indicates that.
Yeah.
Well, because you said the reason the library is sealed now is because he was digging into it. And you need somebody who would know how to cast a spell or a ritual, or at the very least have a certain level of arcane knowledge in order to sabotage or mess it up. We have a motive with Yanich being jealous of Nochi, I guess Nochi.
Noxie.
Noxie. We have a motive of Yanich being jealous of Noxie, and probably gonna have to meet and talk to this Zena lady. I mean, if we're trying to figure out what's going on, the motivations and... Okay, sorry. You said about a tour, if I can actually leave the kitchen, Jeremy?
Yes. Now, so far, Quickstam and Zane seem to be the ones that have something to hide. Yeonak has some jealousy going on.
Right. Zane and who else has something to hide? Yeah, I don't have all of these names yet.
Zane and Quickstam seem to be the ones with something to hide.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
How much longer till lunch will actually be ready based on what they're doing?
Yeah, I'd be able to leave
The
yet, or
meal
if I could
is
still be early.
baking. The vegetables are more or less ready to go. It looks like probably about an hour. Then everything will more or less be ready, and then then it's another hour of the rest of the prep. But you feel like in an hour, Judge wouldn't have to be helping anymore.
So I can take this.
Yeah, you feel like
Okay.
in an hour, then Owen could get to the rest of the way, since it's like setting up plates and all that kind of stuff.
All right. In that case, okay, Conglomerate. I think you've got this.
So you guys
Can
gonna
you handle
wait
it?
that hour, or are you gonna leave now?
That's what I was asking. Should I wait, or should I? What is my insight tell me?
So if you wait the hour, then you'll have an hour before lunch. But if you leave immediately, then you run the risk of Oyen burning down the kitchen.
In that case, I'll just wait the hour, and then we'll do this after that.
Okay. So is there anything anybody else is gonna do during that hour?
Just out of curiosity, how good of a teacher am I that he might be able to get this tomorrow without?
You
As much
given
instruction.
his intelligence and his ability to learn, you're highly skeptical that he'll be able to go to work on his own tomorrow.
Well, I figured it wouldn't be one day, but I was just curious as to how well my teaching was going.
It's hard to tell from yourself. You think you're good at it, but it's hard to tell without, outside
All right.
of you. All right. So, anybody else going to do anything for that hour?
Oh,
Mm,
does Darcy? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
what did you want to ask Darcy?
I was gonna say, does Darcy come back with that scroll? But I think I interrupted somebody else. Sorry.
That's a good question. Did you come back with the scroll, Darcy?
She has it. But old chieftain came walking in, and she was just like, "Well, I'll just wait for him to go away."
Okay. So he went away, or I went out of that room anyway. And it's an hour left before Judge can leave, and another hour before lunch is ready. So what do you guys do?
Yeah, she's gonna come back, and then be like, "Okay, this is what I have. Look at it if you want. It's incomplete though,
Okay, Judge.
and
Yeah.
Okay, so what you see on her scroll is it looks like some damage to an altar, or it's made to look like damage to an altar, perhaps. You see what look like arcane runes etched, but they're etched in a very broken way, so that they almost look like scratches or cracks. You don't see all of the runes, so you don't see what the complete spell was supposed to be before it was found. However, you see enough that you believe it's some kind of summoning spell.
Okay. And the scratches. You said it's meant to look like damage, but it's not
Exactly.
really damage.
Exactly.
It's like somebody's trying to put a spell on top of or inside another spell.
It's more like someone trying to from what you can tell, someone trying to etch a spell while disguising it as something else.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if I can make an arcana calculation. Seeing how much of the spell is already here, can I complete the calculations, sit there and try and figure out, okay, if these runes are used in this way, then this would be the next logical thing that should go here, and then be able to figure out what it should be summoning?
It's not, I don't think it's complete enough for that to be likely, but you can give it a try. Go ahead and give me an arcana check.
All right. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how to assimilate magic, so I just kind of put it in the same realm as complicated calculus. So if you have part of a formula,
Yeah, no, I get what you're going for.
figure out. All right. Do just normal, or do I get an advantage? Or
No, it's just normal. Okay, you got a 23, which is pretty good, but unfortunately, it's just not. You just don't have enough information. So while you are able to make out it's a summoning spell, that's about all you get. You feel like if you had a couple more runes, perhaps it would have worked out better.
all right. Also, is there any way I can try and, since I'm studying this, do my best to commit it to memory? Because if there's some sort of time reset, I'm not going to have access to the scroll tomorrow.
Oh, you're trying to memorize it? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give
like,
me a
if there's
history
a
check,
time.
actually.
Okay.
Okay, you have a pretty decent mental image. Probably not exact, but it's good enough that you would be able to pick them out. If you saw a whole bunch of runes, and then you pick out the 3 that were on here, you'd be able to do that. But you wouldn't be able to draw them out exactly.
All right. Well, maybe I can get better at this, but yeah. I'm assuming that'll be that last hour that we're waiting in the kitchen to make sure everything goes off okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys. So you're gonna be busy for an hour. So we'll say that you kind of looked at this while you were, during a break. But so you're gonna be busy for that hour. So what's everybody else doing during that hour, if anything?
I'm going to study for the altar ceremony while waiting for Judge to be free.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a religion check. And Darcy, what are you doing for that hour, if anything?
You know what? I'm gonna hang out away from the kitchen, away from all that. I'm gonna hang out here and see if now angry boy plots anything with the old man.
So you can
Dealing with the...
you can see that he's kind of doing this pacing thing. He's just kind of walking around. Seems to be deep in thought. And while he's walking, you can see he's gripping that handle on his waist. You're not even sure if he realizes what he's doing, but you do notice that the people around him are watching him, almost like if a dog was suddenly in the room that might be a little vicious. So what do you do?
When he passes by me, I'm gonna, you'll know.
He stops. Yes.
Yeah.
He walks over.
Your pacing is upsetting the others.
Yes. And I'm supposed to be to make sure the altar ceremony goes well today, but I'm not sure I can focus on it.
Would it help if you spoke to her directly and asked her yourself?
Yes, maybe it would. I don't want to go back into her room because others might question what I'm doing, but maybe if you can convince her to come out here, or maybe one of the other halls. Yes, she has to use the rest. She has to use the latrine. Yes, I'll meet her over there.
No. That's a little too pointed. I have been requested to make sure she eats. You can wait out here whenever I may check in on her to see if she will come for the meal. Everyone should be already in place for that. It will give you a moment to speak to her alone, but not in a way that would be suspicious.
Sounds like a good idea. I need to find out what's going on, why her sudden change. And she grips the knife all the harder.
I'm plotting. I'm gonna make so many things go wrong. I love it.
As you should.
As I should. These people are already dead. It's gonna reset no matter what. I just want to see the drama. At this point, I'm just being devil's advocate, and I want to see the drama.
Wow. Cool.
They're already dead. It's already happened. It's gonna repeat no matter what. I might as well get my telenovela out of this. Also, this is Darcy. You'd think she wouldn't at this point. It's not like she's actually hurting anyone because this is all just a dream sequence and they've already passed. So she's just like, this is just extra juiciness for me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I figured that. Oh, my only curious question is, did Darcy actually share all of her information with the rest of the party, or is she keeping anything back just for this little kid?
The party already knows that there's the drama between these two, but she has not told the party anything about her little plans here to see the two interact. That's a treat for her. That's just for her. That's a treat.
Okay. No, as long as you were told us about what was going on. Cool.
Oh yeah. They already know.
Alright.
All right, so that's what Darcy's doing. Gizzard, what are you doing during that hour?
I'm gonna help. I think now that the whole me not wanting to be in the kitchen thing is kind of out of the way, I'm gonna head into the kitchen and see if I can be of use.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I
there's
used-
definitely plenty of things to do as far as, you know, being a sous chef, so they're definitely able to put you to work if that's what you want.
Sure.
All right,
I
so
wanna
you'll
be
be in
useful.
the kitchen working. All right, Mal and Alpin, what are you going to be doing during that hour, if anything?
That was the studying that I
Oh yeah, that's right. We already
14
went
on.
through that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass the hour then. All right, so Judge, you get to the point where Oyen, you know, can basically take over. You think, because it's plating and that kind of thing. It should be easy. At least that's what you think. And Gizzard is still in there. You know, he was helping as well. So what are you gonna do?
I can finally go on this tour that Cyclonin was waiting on.
Okay.
As long as the kitchen won't burn down, I'm leaving it.
Gizzard, are you going to stay to help Conglomerate?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll say that goes okay then. Alright, go ahead and give the tour.
Alright, so telepathically to Judge. Notice the exit, which will reset the day if we try to flee out there. Are already familiar with the temple and the water ceremony room, the kitchen, and the dining room. Let's just go to the dormitory. So this room here, and I'm gonna be speaking telepathically, knowing that what's his name is back there. This is Quickster's room. He is sharing that with Jesus, Gizzard for this. Yeah, with Gizzard. I heard the movement with Potts earlier, so he may be hiding something in there, but at this time he is in the room. This is the room where Quetzal and Conglomerate stay, Oyen, as you might otherwise know him.
Okay.
Then this room here, I believe, is yours.
Yes, myself and Youngich.
Then this room here is mine, which I am sharing with Silita. Then at the end here, this is where the elder priests stay. I know of Noxie, but I do not know the other. In this room I have found 4 scroll cases, 3 in one dresser and a red one with a crescent moon in the other. I do not know what the scrolls say. Under the bed in the far corner, there is a ring with a ruby and an inscription of a crescent moon on it. There is a locked dresser in that room. Let us go. I'll show you where the latrine and everything is. Alright. Oh. It turns out I don't have stretchy arms. Okay. And as I walk past telepathically to Judge, this room here, this has a stairway that goes down to some sort of light. When I explored it just before lunchtime, it reset the day, so you're not meant to go down there, at least not now. Other than a light, I do not know what is down there. Then up to this hallway. So we have 2 storerooms. This is the first one here. And then this is the second. We do have the latrine right here.
Okay.
And this is the Forbidden Library, which you can see is barricaded.
Yep, you see multiple locks, chains, and a big sign that says forbidden.
That door you open leads to the priestess chambers.
Okay.
I do not know if we are permitted to walk around in there, but if we do, it might be a little bit of controversy.
And we do or do not know what the one guy who was
Quickstone was caught before he found anything of interest, or at least anything he was willing to speak of. I cannot say for certain how honest he was being, but
have you tried to get in here?
not yet. I do not have the ability to pick the lock. Perhaps I could try to get in some sort of wild shape form, but at this point I have a feeling that trying to go in there would reset the day, so I would rather not do anything with this room for the time being.
I can try and just get right over there.
Yes, but it might reset the day.
Alright. Well,
Once we have an idea of what this day is, if it resets again, then we could perhaps take a look at that. But we've had so many interruptions, we still do not even know what is after lunch. Based on some of the drama, there are a few people that feel like they might interrupt the ceremony somehow.
yeah, I was
Perhaps not on
curious about
purpose.
that. There's a lot of people with motivation here.
Well, I suppose we will find out. It does look like you did a good job on lunch. Oh, actually, while we're still kind of in the privacy of the hallway,
Yeah.
there's one thing though, where you're not supposed to be outside protecting us.
There is 4 tiny huts, and Tavros is ready to protect us from all harm. I've repacked all our stuff, so theoretically he could actually carry us out if necessary, and he also has a spell gem to be able to teleport himself and what he's carrying out. So I've taken proper precautions.
It does not sound like a proper precaution, if we should say, gain the interest of another pantheon, or if that dragon comes after us.
Well, that being the case, that's why I figured
And you did say you were
guys get out.
uniquely suited to get us out of there, so if none were going to come in, I would have stayed out there myself.
They understand that, but mistakes happen. Besides, you are taking very, very, very much way too long. So I came in to see if I can expedite you and getting Darcy out and figuring this out. I mean, we are still here to get a crossbow, I believe.
And at this point, we are just here to escape with our lives. We will see what happens.
How much time had gone through resets? You said you had reset. Were you here the full days? You had not gotten past lunch twice? How long in hours have you been here?
Well, twice we got to about the time of lunch, so I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, perhaps about 5 hours on the second and third days, so what, I guess 10 hours total. Darcy reset the first day pretty quickly, so we got what, maybe an hour into that one. And then here we are a few hours into this day.
Okay, well, it has been quite nearly 12 hours out there as well. There seems to be a one-to-one time going on here. I mean, you might reset the day for your events here, but we're still just lying out there for this many hours. That's why I came in. You were taking way too long.
Well, that is all the more reason I would have wanted someone other than Tavros watching over us.
I prepared him with everything I could, and well,
Yes, but you said you were
let's just
uniquely
get out of here.
suited.
Yeah, well, Like I said, it is too
I
late.
trusted
We're both
you,
here. Let's
Judge.
get out.
All right, head back to lunch.
All right. So we'll pass maybe 10 minutes for all of that. So you guys have about 50 minutes left until lunch is ready. So anybody going to do anything
okay.
during those 50 minutes?
Well, as we're leaving after that little session, I ask if Cyclonin is able to point out Xanale, or the girl. If he can just point her out if she happens to be in here. So I think it's that girl. It's the one I haven't seen yet. I've actually physically seen everybody else.
Unfortunately, I do not know any of the women other than the one that is Darcy.
All right. No, let's go back then, I guess.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see how lunch compares to day 2.
Why has this been an ongoing problem?
Day 2 is the only one where I actually had an opportunity to sit down and taste the lunch.
All right. So are you guys going to be... Oh, actually, where's Darcy? She's down there. So, all right. So you guys have about 50 minutes left until lunch. Are you going to do anything else? Or are you going to... or are we going to fast forward to starting lunch?
Darcy's gonna wait until everyone else is basically headed towards lunch before she goes to try to get her roommate. If she doesn't head out of herself.
Okay. Anybody else going to do anything before lunch?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So the 50 minutes passes, and you notice that people start coming out for lunch and start piling in. Let's see, you would go over there, and then of course the head priest would go. Or
Did
priestesses
Judge
would go
manage
in.
to save the meal a little bit?
He's gonna wait over there. Did he save what?
Did he save the pig? I know.
Oh
I
yeah,
burped it up
he
pretty
did.
bad.
He got a 28.
Okay.
He cut off the problematic areas and was able to preserve most of it fairly well.
Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, everybody starts heading in for the meal. You notice that people like have to cram in the table. It's pretty tight. However, this is D&D scale, so it's actually more room than it looks like. All right, so at some point, Xanale kind of comes out for lunch on her own. And as she heads over, Yonok is waiting by the door. And you notice, Darcy, that as she approaches, Yonok is still holding the handle. You hear him start whispering, and then you hear her whispering something, and then all of a sudden he yells out, "Don't give me that! Konok is right! There's something going on, but you have to tell me what's happening." And she's like, "Nothing's happening. You don't just lose interest like that. Something is happening." And you see Noxie step out. "Yonok, what is going on here?" "Ko-Ok told me. So she told me." And then he pulls out his knife and he stabs Xanale.
Oh,
And
shit.
everything goes dark.
Whoa.
I was waiting for you to finish your
Passion,
speech, Jeremy.
violence, the perfect drama.
I was waiting for
You'll
you to
laugh.
finish your speech, Jeremy, but I want to insight check the girl.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I said I was waiting for you to finish your speech. I didn't realize it would end suddenly, but I wanted to insight check the girl as she was talking, her body language, everything.
Sure. Are you actually out there? Can you see anything? Where are you?
Yeah, I hadn't moved, but I assumed I would.
Okay, so you ran out there. Okay, go ahead and give me an insight check then.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay, so yeah, as she's talking, it's odd because she is hiding something.
Yeah.
You feel like her suddenly losing interest or whatever it is that happened, or maybe it was Noxie or maybe something else. But there's definitely it's whatever it is, she would rather die than it be known. Unfortunately, that's where the day ends, and everything's going to reset again.
Okay.
Given the where we are in the session, what I'm probably going to end it a little early, and have tomorrow, or the not tomorrow, the next session be at the beginning of the day. I'll set everybody up, but you do get the sense that while this drama was already there, while this conflict was there, somehow somebody in the party fanned the flames, which caused it to erupt and caused the day to reset. I wonder who that
Oh.
was.
Not me.
It was probably me again, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway, so I'll go ahead.